have. There we go. We got audio now. Fantastic. So max tire is rating soft and the minimum tire is rating hard. No tuning allowed. The cars are on specific power and weight settings. We start in 3 minutes for qualifying here, folks. The tire wear is at 6 times and the fuel depletion is at 4 times. So every time the drivers go around the racetrack at least one time here, they're using 6 laps worth of fuel and they're using 4 laps worth of tire wear. So that's what that means if you were unsure. The boost is off. It is a grid start with a false start check. So if the drivers start early, they will be assessed a penalty right on the start line. Slipstream is real. Mechanical damage is heavy, so the drivers have to be on point. Again, difficult racetrack here tonight, so we'll have to see how the drivers handle themselves here today. They do have a full tank of fuel to start. They're only allowed ABS and TCS for assists. The grip on track edge is real. Overtaking is default, and the drivers must use the required mandatory tire for a minimum of at least 1 full circuit lap. That does not include an out lap. We got Nick coming in with the thumbs up, Nolander coming in with the thumbs up, and Brandon also coming in with the thumbs up. We got LJ coming in with the share as well. Much love, everybody. And again, this is round 9, folks. Interlagos. It's 9:15 in the morning here today. It's nice and sunny. Mandatory tires are the soft tire today, so that should be interesting. And the pit window opens at lap 4. So we're going to jump over to this screen right here. As you can see, we're just getting ready to fire this race up, and we're going to bring last week's race results to you guys here. So last week we did have our returning champion finally knocking out his first win of the season here in first place, grabbing us ever so important 32 points. We had Sparky Boomman finishing second. We had Badass finishing in third, LJ in fourth, Spec coming in fifth, Bar in sixth, ATB in seventh, Egon in eighth, Superman finishing in 9th, and Nolander finishing P10 to round out the top 10 for last week's race. So what does that do for the standings? I've been telling you guys week after week that the standings are closed. So here we go. Hey, how's it going, Ian? Much love, brother. So here are the current championship standings. Qualifying will start in 1 minute here. So we're just getting ready to start that up here while we go over this, and then we'll flip it over to, of course, track view for everybody. So as you can see in the standings here, GVG Jake is currently leading the point standings with 222 points. He's got a slim margin over second place Sparky Boomman with 216. Spec 1, who is a race down on these drivers, in P3 with 198 points. So Spec definitely needs big points here tonight. So we're going to be looking to see Spec try to take pole position, fastest lap, and a race win here tonight. Badass very close behind there as well with 193 points. And then we've got Ghost Viper in 5th with 156 points. Now we did see a DC from Ghost a couple races ago at round 7. That did mean no points for Ghost Viper, so it was really unfortunate. And then he had some form of issue at the end of last week's race and put it in the pit lane right at the end of the race. So a couple of bad races for Ghost kind of set him off the pace a little bit, but still sitting in that top 7 for the All-Star race. We have 6th place LJ Super Ninja with 148 points closing in on Ghost. Nolander holding up to that top 7 spot there with 134, but ATB is nipping with 120 points there. And then we got Bar 27 and Betcher finishing out our top 10 here for the season so far. Very close here tonight. So what are we going to maybe see here tonight in this race, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's going to be pretty simple. We're going to see a lot of action. And we're going to kick quality off right now. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so we're under qualifying conditions here, ladies and gentlemen. So we will remove these beautiful standings now and let you guys see what we got going on track here. So again, this is round 9, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm a little bit rushed here tonight. I got home really late from work, so I do apologize. I'm just gathering my thoughts here now. So we are on board with Vegas Paula here at the moment as he's coming out. So let's get you guys some juicy intel. We don't even have the screen set up for you guys yet. We're so far behind here tonight, and that's I'm far behind. The drivers are on point and on time, so as they always are. Now, we've been starting races 10 minutes late at the end of the season here, just a special request by one of our drivers. Hey, Brandon's the only 4C. Alright, well, so there we go. We do have one of each car in the field here tonight. So let's go through our field here. Right now we have Superman sitting first on track. No, Badass sitting first on track. Alright, we're going past the timing feed here now, so it'll start to straighten itself out. So Badass first out for qualifying here. And Badass hasn't potted himself a win yet here either this season, so I know he's been hungry for that win too. So we're going to be watching Badass tonight. Now, Badass likes this track too, I think. And of course, the Porsche, he's very comfortable with the Porsche, so he's going to be a driver I think to look out for here tonight. We got Egon here in P2, and he's in that Porsche as well. And then we've got Vegas Paul in the RCZ. We've got Sparky Boomman also in an RCZ. Ah, changed it up on you. One for each folk. We got Betcher here in his RCZ as well. So we got 3 RCZs here. We got 4 RCZs. We got Jake in the RCZ. You can see those guys coming in for fresh tires. We got an LJ in the Porsche. We got Barr in the 4C. We've got Spec in the Porsche as well. We've got Ghost Viper back in his Porsche. We'll let these guys get out of the pit lane so we can sort out who's in what car here this week. So Sparky Boomman's now got the lead in qualifying here, as of course some guys have opted to jump in and change their tires. And there is no mandate to that in qualifying. The drivers are allowed to go into the pit lane, take as many sets of soft tires as they want to qualify on, and then when the race starts, what their tire choices start the race on. Well, we don't really know that. Only they know that, and I guess that's for us to find out as the race progresses. So Vegas Paul here in 2. You can see him just getting the rear end of that Peugeot around a little bit. Now, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's a little hard on the tires, obviously, but it does help get a little extra rotation out of that car as well. So so we're going to stick with Sparky Boomman here. Vic Daughtry coming in with the thumbs up. We got Paul Bonstrom also coming in with the thumbs up. Much love, everybody. How are we all doing tonight? I hope we're all doing well. Hey, let's go RR. Hey. That's what I'm looking for, the alerts. Brandon also coming in with the share. Nolander coming in with the share as well. Much love. My alerts are not working very well today. So, back to business. So, Sparky Boomman coming in with a 1 to 30.601. So, we're going to get back out the TV cameras. We're going to go out. We're going to take a little peeksies here. I'm not sure why it's not showing that information. That's what we want to see. So Spec's only 6/100ths of a second currently off Sparky Boomman, sitting in second place. We've got Nolander currently sitting in provisional third. Vegas Paul sitting in provisional fourth. And the rest of these drivers don't have a hot lap in yet. So this is all going to change here in about a minute and a half's time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you can see, we're going to see about a minute and a half lap times around the racetrack here today. So this is a 40-minute race. So we're going to see approximately 30 laps, 31 laps, somewhere in around there. Probably not 31. It's probably going to be on the 30, maybe even the 29 side, of course, because we do have to factor in pit stops. And at Interlagos, of course, pit stop, the delta here at Interlagos is actually quite long. And when we talk about delta, for those who don't understand what we mean how long it takes from pit entry to pit exit. So the time that they go into pit lane, get their tires, get their fuel, and the time that they get out of pit lane. That's what we mean when we say delta. So just in case you guys were wondering, if you're not sure, that's what we're talking about when we say delta as well. So it is one of the longest pit deltas in Gran Turismo sports. So the drivers are definitely going to be thinking about that, obviously, as the race progresses here today. We got Nolander in Vegas now coming in for some fresh tires. So Sparky's gained a little bit of time there. He's got a 130.327 now. Now Spec's just right there. He's at a 130.487, so he's just a hair under 2/10. And LJ is, now 3/100ths of a second behind Jake, who just took P3 there. And he's only a tenth of a second behind Spec. So already our top 4-5 drivers are super close. Ghost Viper's only a half a tenth behind LJ there as well. So we only have 0.39 seconds difference between 5th and 1st place here currently on the racetrack. That's going to change yet too as these guys start actually getting their hot laps in here. We're going to see these times really tighten up. And a big shout out to ATB tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is ATB's birthday tonight. He is driving on his birthday tonight. So let's get a hashtag ATB up in the chat. show the man some love here. He's out here on his birthday racing hard here in round 9 in the series, and it's an absolute pleasure to have him on track. So happy birthday to ATB, and let's definitely make sure we show ATB some love here today, folks. We've got Egon currently sitting in 11th. We've got Bar currently sitting in 12th. We've got Superman currently sitting in 13th. And we've got Heathen just chilling. He's coming out right now. So he's just taking on some tires here. So it's going to be interesting to see. We'll stick with Jake here, as Jake's currently on a running lap here. So again, you can see Sparky Boomman and Spec 1 diving into pit lane there to take some fresh tires on to see if they can improve that time. Now the car has a little less racing fuel as well, which is going to make the car lighter. So essentially, in theory, should make the car faster. Of course, it still comes down to the driver to get the car around the racetrack that efficiently and quickly. But in theory, that with a lighter race car and fresh tires, you should get a faster lap time. So let's see if that is the case here tonight. Those two just came out of pit lane. Let's go on No-Lander. No-Lander should be on a flyer here now. And now No-Lander again, just holding on to that 7th spot. Now, you might wonder why the top 7 spots way important to the drivers here at DMJ. Well, what happens is, at the end of the season, we take the top 7 drivers and they get offered an invitation to an all-star race. So what happens during this all-star race is we take the top 7 from the North American side. We take the top 7 in the standings after the current running season, which they just finished, which was an absolute great race finale last week over on the UK side. They're hosted by D.90. We take those top 7 drivers, and we put them against each other in a little battle royale, so to speak. So a little race-off, a 2-race little series. Both endurance-style races, of course, both do require strategy. It's typical DMJ, baby. You guys know it. We ain't going to just let the drivers off easy. We're going to make it difficult on them. And it's a cumulative points total for the teams. So each driver accumulates points for individually. And at the end of the race, those points get added up. And each team, of course, individual points get added up into a tally. At the end of 2 races, whichever team holds the most points is deemed king of the pond for that current running season until the next season's all-star race begins. So the top 7 drivers have a lot to drive for here today. And No-Lander not able to improve on that time at all on that lap. So that's why we weigh so much importance on the top 7 here in the series. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's even important to take that top 8 or 9 spot if you just miss out on the 7s, because like last season, we had one driver who was unable to make it because he had other obligations, so the 8th place driver got to step into his spot. So, and that's why we see the racing we see here at DMJ North America, ladies and gentlemen. These guys have just been absolutely top-notch all series long. They have put on some great racing for us. And this is going to be a good race. I can already tell just based off the pace here. The drivers are very close in pace. Sparky is flying here. He's also up on his lap here again. So we might see our first 29 as Sparky comes across the line here. You can really see him using every available piece of track too to maximize that. And there it is, a 129.8 by Sparky. So Sparky Boomman improving his pole time with a 129.8, and Spec now almost 7/10 of a second behind Sparky here, so we'll have to see what Spec can do here. I believe this is a flyer. He's looking pretty good here. He's going to be close, I think. Oh, and he just 130 flat, so 130.036, so he's still 0.2 of a second off, so those are important points for Spec 1 as he's chasing Sparky Boomman and Jake in the standings here, so we're definitely going to see him give it everything he's got over the next 2 laps. We got just under 5 minutes remaining here in qualifying. So, and Jake now coming across in pole position. Oh, Superman getting a little bit outside in the grass there. That's unfortunate for Superman there. That'll be a chalk qualifying lap, but that's right. He'll have time for at least one more yet. But Jake now in pole position provisional with a 129.6. So, boy, things are spicing up. Here we go. Hey, and Badass now up into P4, Ghost Viper in P5, we got LJ in P6, we got Egon up into P7, we got No-Lander literally just a tick behind, we got Vegas Paul in 9th, we've got ATB, the birthday boy, in 10th place here. We got Betcher in 11th, we've got Superman in 12th. Woo! Nice save by Superman. Woohoo! And we got Heathen in 13th here. And Barr in 14th with that 4C, so let's see what he can do with that 4C. Again, we've seen Barr do this all season long. He looks like he's struggling, and then the last lap he just fires in a rocket lap. So we'll have to see what he does here over the last 3.5 minutes qualifying. But GVG Jake is our provisional pole sitter, so Sparky trying to time it, so he's got one more good run at it to see if he can get that time on Jake on fresh tires here. So we see Sparky coming in. We got Spec coming right now. Oh, he does gain on Sparky by another 1/10 of a second there, but he's still sitting in P3. So the top. Oh, and Spec does make a mistake coming around the corner there, and he's gonna have time for one more here yet. Dying to see how strats vary here. I know it should be strongest from our own one. Hey, I know it's always interesting to see it, isn't it? Always interesting to see how the strats work out. You know, these guys tune into those races. They watch your guys' races. These guys, you know, we might see similar strategies. It's hard to say. So we have definitely got a battle for pole position here. Jake coming in. He's got just enough time to get those tires on and get one more run at it. Sparky is now on his hot lap, I believe. And we might see Spec dive in here too as well at the end of this lap for tires as well. So he should have enough time to be able to make it all work. We're gonna... Yeah, Badass's tires aren't looking bad, but we might see Badass dive here as well. Ghost Viper coming out right now. LJ looks like he's on pretty fresh rubber here, maybe 2 lap old. We got Egon coming out on fresh rubber. We've got Nolander up now up into P8. Paul in 9th. Birthday Boys in 10th here. We got Betcher in 11th. Nice to see Betcher back here this week as well. We got Superman here in P12. We got 13th is Heathen. And Bar 27 and 14th again. We're going to see Bar jump up in there somewhere here now at the end of this next lap or two. So here we go. We got Jake coming around now. You can see he's starting to pick up on LJ a little bit here. So a little bit of drafting perhaps too might gain him a little more time around the track here. We'll have to see how that works out for him. Oh. Badass just came through there. We got Ghost coming around here right now. Let's stick with Ghost here for a second. Let's see if he can pick any time or any positions up here in the top 4 spots above him there. Ghost is a fast race car driver too, so you never count Ghost Viper out, ladies and gentlemen. Just because he doesn't put down that blazing fast qualifying time does not mean that he does not have what it takes to win here. That is for sure. And we've seen Ghost Viper with a good win early on in the season. The very first round of the season, Ghost Viper coming in with a big win. Probably the best move of the season still to date as well to get that win. So we know the man can do it. But he made a mistake on that lap, obviously, at 134 as he came across the line there. So definitely made a mistake somewhere in amongst that lap there. And Jake is right up in that draft now of LJ Super Ninja. We got Sparky here. Sparky's still trying to gain on that lap. And Spec is now nipping at Sparky Boomman's heels here. He's less than a 1/10 of a second. So 129.5 from Sparky. So that was a great run there by Sparky as he gained a little more time. Actually, as a matter of fact, that puts him in pole position. So Jake is purple here though. And this will be it. The next time all these drivers cross the line, this is going to be it for these drivers. I think Spec just got across in the nick of time. No, he just missed. Oh, Spec's going to be heartbroken. He just missed that last crack. So Sparky Boomman in provisional pole. Jake's still on track. He's coming across the line right now. Let's see what he does here. No, he does not get it. So Sparky Boomman's going to take pole position here tonight and get those ever so important 2 points. Jake is going to settle for a 2nd place start. Spec on a 3rd place. Badass still on a lap here, so let's not count our tickets before they hatch here yet. Badass most certainly has the capability to steal any one of these positions from any one of these 3 drivers, so he took a really aggressive line there, so he might be on a lap. He might be on a good run here, so let's see what he does. Oh, and he's going to pick a penalty up there. That is really unfortunate there for Badass. He got out a little too wide there, and that's... Yep. Oh! We got Heathen coming across, and Sparky. Sparky doesn't improve on his time, so it's going to be Sparky Boomman in first. It's going to be Jake in second. It's going to be Spec in third. It's going to be Badass in fourth. It's going to be Ghost in fifth. It's going to be LJ in sixth. ATB in seventh, so he had a great final lap. Betcher in 8th place, coming in with a good final lap. Egon in 9th, Nolander in 10th, Bar moving up into P11 there. Vegas Paul 12, Heathen in 13th, and Superman in 14th here. So, full grid tonight, folks. We love to see full grids. That's what it's all about. This is going to be an absolutely beauty of a race here tonight. What we are going to do, though, is we are going to lose the extra information here now. Congratulations to Sparky Boomman on pole position as well. We got to adjust the audio a little bit. We had to make a couple of adjustments on the fly here. All right. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we missed it. I was trying to get the screenshot, but I definitely missed it. So hopefully we have no issues on the start here. Look at that beautiful field of DMJ Vroom Room race cars, ladies and gentlemen. Porsche 911 RSRs, Peugeot RCZs, and the Alfa Romeo 4C Group 3 class cars. Let's get it going. Kick them tires, light them fires. It's time to go racing. Dewey coming in with the thumbs up. How you doing, my guy? So here we go. We got 5 reds. Drivers are revving them engines. We're just waiting for that light to go. Waiting for that green. And it's green. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Go, go, go. And it is race time, and we're off. Interlagos, round 9, DMJ Season 2, choice of weapon. Here we go. Sparky Boomman in the early lead here. He's going to hold out that apex on Jake for turn 1. We're just going to go through our field here. We're going to make sure we got a little bit of rubbins here between ATV and Nolander, but nothing too major there. We got Egon and Bar side by side there too, fighting for P10. Bar's going to grab that position from Egon. So early on battling here, and here we go, nose to tail. Sparky Boomman getting pressure from GVG Jake here. Jake's gonna get it on the outside here, but he's again, he's on the inside track now coming into the corner, so Spec just sitting behind, waiting to see what's gonna happen between these two. And ooh, it is a drag race, and Jake's gonna come out just ahead, but Spec's gonna take a look now on Sparky as well. He's gonna try and take advantage here. He's gonna get that inside line, but that's gonna give Sparky the inside coming down the next corner. Spec's gonna have to hold that outside line. Tough job. Great job by Spec, side by side still. Gonna give him the inside track for the next corner. P2, P3 battle right here, folks. This is a great battle between Spec 1 and Spoonman. And now Badass is trying to take advantage here, and Spec 1 getting the job done. So, GVG Jake moving up into P1, Spec 1 into P2, Sparky Boomman dropping down to P3. We got Apex Badass in P4. We've got Ghost Viper in P5. We've got LJ in P6, and then a slight little gap. And then we've got Nolander in P7, we've got ATB in 8th, Egon in 9th, Betcher in 10th, we've got Vegas Paul in 11th, we've got Superman in 12th place, we've got Bar in 13th, and we've got Heathen in 14th place, and all these guys are nose to tail. Spec 1 getting the job done, making the move under slipstream on GVG Jake there, so great job by Spec 1. He's now holding the race lead here, but this is far from over yet, folks. And I think we have a driver go off the racetrack on the corner there. So Sparky now in the slipstream on Jake. So let's see if Sparky's going to try and get the job done on Jake. Jake's going to go semi-defensive here. He's going to make Sparky take that outside line. Sparky actually getting really good braking there. And he's going to get the job done. So Sparky getting the pass done on the outside for P2. These guys are absolutely battling here. Spec 1 in the lead now. Boomman in P2. Jake back down to P3. Badass just sitting here watching in P4. Now I'll get the move done on Jake as he goes wide, taking P3 from GVG Jake. So Badass now grabbing a spot too as well. So GVG Jake here dropping a couple early on positions, but I guarantee you this is far from over. Top comms, good luck racers. Hey, appreciate you, Paul. We love you, my man. ATB in 6th, so ATB has gained some positions. I'm not sure what happened in the backfield there, but somebody definitely missed a braking point. I've seen a car go off just in the background. We got Betcher in 8th place with Vegas Paul in P9, all up in his business here. We got Superman right behind in 10th. We've got LJ in 11th. So it was LJ that we seen go off the track, off in the background. Now, I'm not sure what happened there. We obviously didn't catch the incident. But now making some moves here. He's just gotten around Superman there for P10. So we'll be keeping our eye on LJ here as he tries to move back up through the field here. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he might have maybe just had a little air wash or just missed a braking point. I'm not 100% sure, but Definitely losing the racetrack a little bit. He may even have some damage. We'll have to take a look at that here at some point before he pits. So let's get back up to our race leader here, who is still Spec 1. I wasn't sure who we were going to see in the lead here when we got back, as these guys have been battling pretty hard early on here. Now Spec needs this race win, so it's going to be interesting to see how this develops now, folks. These guys are battling. First, second, and third and fourth place are all in a battle for that championship. So, and here they all are in a line, chasing Nolander in 5th place too. He's trying to catch up to the front pack. Nolander having a good race there in 5th place. So we got a little mixture. We got a Porsche up front. We got a Peugeot in the middle, in 2nd, and then we got a Porsche in 3rd, and then we got another Peugeot in 4th place. And then in 5th place we have another Peugeot, and then a Porsche, and then a Peugeot. We got a pretty good mixed field of Porsches and Peugeots here today. We love to see it. And LJ's gotten all the way back up into P7 now, and Egon with a 0.3 second penalty there. So LJ should be able to take advantage there. As you see, Egon's actually bleeding that off on the inside of the corner there. LJ's just going to try and get the job done on the outside. Going to give him the inside line for the next corner, so he should be able to make this stick here. And move done. So LJ back up into P6 where he was in the first place. So, interesting. Egon now down to P7. We see him just get rid of that penalty. Betcher has a track limit penalty there as well. Now the rule on track limit penalties in the series, ladies and gentlemen, is that the driver does have to burn that penalty off at the point that they picked that penalty up the previous lap. So you should have joined this. Hey, how's it going, Tim? Another new season's coming up, my friend. New season's coming. We got Heathen here in P12, we got Barr in P13, and we got, oh, Ghost Viper all the way down into P14 here. So maybe him and LJ having a little bit of an incident coming into T1 on lap 2 there, as him and LJ were both in the back of the pack, and Ghost Viper looking like he suffered the worst end of this here. So let's go check and see if he has some damage here, ladies and gentlemen, because I really do... The curiosity has just gotten the best of me here. So let's go find LJ, who's in 6th. And he has no damage, so that's wonderful. So let's go jump on Ghost here now. And Ghost has no damage either, but he's on a little bit of a different strategy here, I think, than the rest of the drivers. So, interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, so we're just gonna remove the extra info. There we go. Alright, so to our race leader, who is still currently Spec 1, we're on lap 4. As I said, we should see about 29 or 30 laps here tonight. And Spec 1's starting to open a gap. There's not a big gap, though. It's only a second. So, one little mistake, and these guys are right back on his rear end. As you see Spec coming around the corner, we got Sparky and Badass starting to slowly battle for that position there. You can see Badass, I'm not sure if he just got a little loose there. He had to back out a little extra as he lost a little bit of time on the back end of Sparky, but that's going to allow Jake now to catch up on the back end of Badass here. So let's jump on board with Jake here. Again, last week's winner in round 8. It was a fantastic race by Jake at Tokyo South Inner Loop there. So and he did say he really does like that Tokyo course, and he definitely showed it. He really put on a phenomenal race at Tokyo last week. So let's see if our returning champion from last season can actually bring this one home again here today. Now he's down, but he's not out, you know what I mean? I mean, he can see 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place right there in front of him. He's in a good position actually right now. He can just sit behind these two drivers, sit in the slipstream, save a little fuel, save some tire, and hopefully when the time comes to push, he's just got a little more race car underneath him than the drivers up in front. Is the ideal situation. So he's not in the worst spot right now. If one of these drivers makes a mistake, he's there to capitalize. So early on battling by Jake, of course, but he does have Nolander. Nolander, he hasn't lost Nolander by any stretch. Nolander is still right there. Nolander has been absolutely picking up some incredible pace this season, ladies and gentlemen. And I think he's going to start being a guy to look out for here in the near future. So on board with Spec 1 here as he just comes around the start-finish line there. Right now, fastest lap does belong to Spec with a 130.7. But oh, and he gets into the Toolies, and oh, that's going to cost him some positions here. Oh, that's really unfortunate there for Spec 1 as he just got a little outside into the corner there, caught that track edge, and it spun him out sideways. He's not going to be happy with that as he just watched the top 4 guys drive right around him. There's a Sparky Boomman now taking the race lead with Badass in 2nd place. We got Jake in 3rd We got Nolander in 4th place, and now Spec in 5th, and he has got an LJ all up on his business here. So, what is to play here now for our Rockefeller Racing boys here, LJ Super Ninja and Spec 1? Are these guys going to team up here a little bit? Or are they going to push each other up the racetrack to try and catch that pack back up? It's a 9-second gap, so you can see Spec's got a little bit of dirty tire syndrome there. As you can see him swerving back and forth. He's trying to get those tires cleaned back off. And it's going to be interesting to see what these two do. It's 9.1 seconds. We're going to keep note of that, ladies and gentlemen, from Nolander in 4th place. 7th place is Egon. ATB in 8th. We've got Superman in 9th place. We've got Barr has now moved up into P10, just getting around Heathen there. So he's making that 4C look pretty darn good here so far. It's the only 4C on track. And oh, we got Vegas Paul getting a little bit wider on the corner there. He's going to go for a little tooly spin there. But he will most certainly get that thing back on track, without a question of a doubt. We got Betcher just getting around him there, so he's already back on track and already motoring. You can see him with the flashers on and let the drivers know behind him that he is a slow car. Couldn't think of my words there. All right, so 1st place, Sparky Boomman, and looking solid. He's been having a good race. He started on pole position and now finds himself back in the lead of the race here, so he's probably feeling good, probably feeling comfortable. Probably watching that live timing screen like a hawk right now, as he knows Badass is all right there. He's right behind him. So let's jump on board with Sparky here. And this is what it's looking like behind Sparky right now. So Sparky Booman, the driver we're sitting on currently here, is the leader of the race. So this is what it looks like behind him here. So he's got Badass. Badass made a little bit of time up there under braking in that corner, but you can see Sparky's just letting that Porsche bog down a little bit to get that rotation in the higher gear, and then he seems to get a slightly better exit than Badass is getting, so he's managing to able to stay ahead here right now currently. You can see GVG Jake just in the background, and then just behind you can see Nolander. Nolander is still right there, so anything can happen here. So let's go through our field. So Badass again in P2. He's only 0.4 of a second behind Sparky. So again, is Badass worried about making a move right now, or is he thinking, all right, I'm on pace with the leader. Maybe I'm just going to use the leader to punch the hole in the air, and I'm going to save some fuel and tire here and let him do the work. So it kind of looks like that's what he's doing. He's not really forcing the issue at the moment. We got GG Jake. He's just kind of sitting back there, just chilling out, doing his thing. You know, we're starting to get into the race. The drivers are starting to settle in now. It was 9.1 seconds from 5th place and 6th place driver Spec 1 and LJ's, now down to 7.6. So Spec 1 is definitely on the move, and LJ is actually a couple seconds behind Spec 1 here. So ATB in 7th, again having another good race, and ATB's really been coming on strong here at that last half of the season as well. I gotta tell you folks, there is definitely a solid discussion to be had with DMJ officials about a most improved driver this season, as there is a handful of nominees out of the series this season. So, and we love to see it. That means the returning drivers are feeling more comfortable. They're finding more pace. They're learning. They're gaining that very valuable track experience and that seat time, and it's starting to show on the track here. We got Superman in 8th place. He's having a fantastic race tonight as well. Got Bar 27 here in 9th place. We got Heathen up at the top 10 here as well. You know, a couple of these drivers have been struggling here a little bit in the series. It's nice to see these guys really putting on a show here tonight. We got Egon again, struggling with a little bit of track limit issues here today in that Porsche. We got Betcher here in 12th place, and he's in our NA version of the Ninja Turtle car. Apparently the UK guys have a Ninja Turtle car, so do the NA guys. So we got a couple Ninja Turtle Peugeots here in the field this year. We love to see it. Just a little joke we've been having with the guys, and poor Larry. He still won't tell me what his favorite Ninja Turtle is though, chat. So Sparky in the lead here currently. Well, we're 13 minutes into this race, so things are starting to settle down a little bit. The drivers are probably starting to think about a stop here in the next few minutes. They're starting to think about strategy. So Spec's actually lost a little bit of time on Nolander that last lap there. So it's going to be interesting to see. Spec really does need the race win here to still keep himself in that fight for the first place championship here. Again, he did miss a race this season, which really hurt his shot at that title. But he was looking really solid with 3 wins in a row in the middle part of the season. And then he had a 5th place finish last week, which really hurt. And now he's having a bit of a tough start to the race here today. But we all know the Spec one is a very quick, calculated race car driver. So he's probably already got an alternative strategy in his head. And he's probably thinking about how can I get that time made back up. So we'll have to see what he does. You can see he's really floating that car out around these corners, so he is absolutely pushing right now. We got Kilt Racer coming in with the big time love in the share. How you doing, my guy? Triple share coming from Kilty, my man. Appreciate you. And the big time like as well. Oh, that's Discord. We don't want Discord right now. So, Sparky Boomman in the lead. And looking comfortable, but badass right there. He's just chilling in that slipstream. He's like, yeah, keep pulling me along. Keep pulling me along. Thank you very much. Now, what I do know between the difference between a Peugeot and a Porsche is a couple of simple things. The Peugeot is definitely a little bit better on fuel than that Porsche 911 is, but that Porsche 911 is definitely a little bit better on the acceleration factor. So, really, I guess when you put it down to it, these cars are actually quite equal in comparison. Now, with that being said, this is a no BOP. This is a no BOP lobby. There is no tuning permitted in the lobby, but these cars are tested and set to the point where each one of the 3 cars, so whether you're in that Peugeot, that Porsche, or that Alfa Romero 4C, the cars are extremely equal. You can most certainly get similar lap times out of all 3 cars on any racetrack you put them on with the way that these cars are set. So huge shout out to all our designers of the series over at DMJ Vroom Room. Again, this series is presented by DMJ Vroom Room, and it's an absolutely blazing series here in North America. And I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see multiple divisions out of this North American series, and that's going to come down to our drivers here in North America. So start getting the word out. There is Season 3 upcoming. Not sure when the announcement's coming yet, but stay tuned. And I'd really like to start packing in a two-tier setup here for our boys, and put our top shelf drivers in with the top shelf drivers, and get our still learning and still getting that valuable experience drivers in with them, so they can all fight for their own little championships. And I think that would even make for absolutely more intense and even more closer action racing throughout the field as well. So I mean, all that's going to do is just absolutely just put that competitive edge in every single driver. They're going to want to try 10 times harder than they already are, and these guys try hard. They practice hard all week. They practice together. So, and it shows. You guys are on a fantastic race here again today. Another beautiful race start by our drivers here in round 9. All 9 race starts this season, and all 10 race starts last season in season 1. Perfect race starts, no red flags called, no incidents. It's been absolutely fantastic. These drivers are on point. And this is why this is quickly becoming the hottest North American series out there, folks. It's just all there is to it. The drivers rave about it, the fans are raving about it, and I'm raving about it. I'm absolutely thrilled and honored to be a part of it as host of the series. These guys just make it so fun and easy to watch. And we got Superman having a little bit of an issue there. I'm not sure what's going on there. Potentially some engine damage there as he was moving really slow. Now the damage model is on heavy for these races, so you know, a driver makes a little bit of a big mistake and gets into a wall, it could definitely cost him here. Now, that might be the case for Superman, so he might be nursing that car back to pit lane to get that car fixed. Expect Kilty to be in Season 3 to make a comeback. Yes, that is what we like to hear, my guy. We will be expecting a Kilty. GG's, gentlemen, says Joe. And of course, you know, huge shout out to the partners and the sponsors here too at DMJ Vroom Room. You know, all this doesn't happen without them as well. We've got LWR Designs, we've got DDR, we've got GT Omega Racing and Fanatec as sponsors of the series. The prize is provided by the sponsoring. So the drivers are fighting for top 3 prizes here. So all 3 podium finishers on the season do get rewarded with a prize. Our first place finisher does get rewarded with a trophy and a medal, and our second and third place finishers get their own medal as well. And then of course we have that beautiful all-star race at the end of the season for our top 7 drivers. And GT45 Gaming is thinking about throwing a most improved driver award in there We're just waiting on some confirmation for the prize for it, and if all goes well, we're going to be doing Most Improved Driver through both series, not just the North American series. We're also going to provide it for the UK series as well. So there is potentially a new prize coming for these drivers on both sides of the series as well. So we just gotta waiting on, like I said, waiting on a verification for that. I want to add some more spice into the series. I want to reward these drivers for all the hard work as much as we can, and I think a Most Proven Driver award with the prize I'm thinking of would be pretty spectacular. So we'll have that sorted hopefully by the end of the season here. So Sparky Boomman in P1, and Badass is just chilling, man. Badass is just like, yo, you just keep doing the work, my guy, and I'm just gonna stay right back here and just let you do your thing. So we got Sparky, we're on board with Sparky. He is our current race leader. Spec 1 still holding fastest lap on track, however, with a 130.725. So he does have a couple of bonus points sitting there for him. So now he just needs to try and recover after that spin. Kilty, I look forward to trying to compete with you in Season 3. Hey, look at that, look at that. We already got heated competition for Season 3, and we haven't even gotten registration up and out for it, or even announced yet. That's what we like to see, folks. The drivers really do truly love this series, and it's a privilege to have drivers that want to race the series this much and do it as well as they do. So thanks to the drivers, we don't have a series without our drivers on track. So you know, these guys put in a ton of work week in and week out, and we really do obviously appreciate our drivers as well. So, and what a show they're putting on tonight. So what a show. Oh, and we got some pit stops. So we knew we were going to start seeing pit stops relatively quickly. We may see some drivers do a one-stop strategy here. I really didn't know if we were going to see a one-stop strategy here tonight. It appears we may see some one-stop strategies. So, interesting. These guys are going to run them soft compounded tires right through. So now it's going to be interesting to see what Ghost Viper does. He's in 14th. He started on the hard tire. I'm not 100% sure what his why. Maybe he wasn't realize he doesn't need to use that tire this week. I'm not 100%. Pardon me. Sure. We do brief the drivers at the beginning of each race, so it just must be a strategy. So we got Spec in 9th place, and I think Spec's probably made a pit stop somewhere along the way there. So he is going to come around, I think, ahead of Badass and Sparky. It's going to be interesting to see what he's got up his sleeve here, Mr. Spec 1. Again, he's always a calculated race car driver, so it's always interesting to see what he's got going through his mind, as Jake is still out, so he's in P1 now. And I'm not sure how long Jakey's going to stay out for. It looks like those tires are starting to bother him a little bit. You can see that car's really starting to understeer a little bit. It's pushing out on him. We got LJ sitting in P2, so he hasn't pitched yet either. We've got Nolander in P3. We've got Sparky in 4, with Badass still in tow in P5. So they didn't lose a stitch of time behind Sparky Boomman here. Very similar strategies, obviously, between the two drivers. If soft pitting, now will be one. Yeah, that's what it seems like for sure. So Egon in P7 again with a track limit penalty. We've been seeing him carry a few of them. We got Spec now up into P8. We got ATB in P9. Birthday Boy in P9. Make sure you tell ATB happy birthday, guys. We got Ghost Viper all the way up into P10 here now. We've got Heathen in 11th. We've got Mr. Superman in P12. We've got Barr in 13th. And we got Vegas Paul making just coming away out of his pit stop here. So you can see he only took about 79% fuel there, so he's going to be sitting on a little bit of a lighter race car here, so he should be able to get around the track a little bit quicker. And now we got Nolander in the lead as we see GVG Jake coming into pit lane with LJ Super Ninja right behind. So Nolander now has the race lead. And Nolander's been having a very good race here today, so we've been waiting for the day that Nolander finds that podium, and maybe tonight's tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He has looked absolutely blazing fast all night. Sparky Boomman back into P2, so when Nolander does pit, of course, that will give Sparky and Badass P1 and 2 back. And imagine we're going to see Nolander probably pit this time around. There's no point in him trying to stay out at this point. The leaders are already on him. He might as well just go in, get that fresh rubber, and I mean, with 16.5 minutes remaining, he's in really good shape on soft tires here. Hey, appreciate you, Joe. Happy birthday, ATV from Joe. We got Metha coming in with that thumbs up as well. Always appreciate all the support, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day or evening. But Nolander in the lead, and only 3 seconds. I really did think he was going to pit there. I'm not, is Nolander going to no-stop this race? I don't think he can. Interesting. Very, very interesting strategies coming out from our drivers here. Again, Nolander always varies from the majority of the drivers on his strategies, so be interesting to see how this one works out for him here. We got Vegas Paul coming in now, so we got a little bit of blue flag traffic coming into play here. Sparky's going to grab some slipstream from him there. See what happened. Ooh, Paul's going to get a little bit wide there as he got a little... Oh, good recovery there by Vegas. He is aware that Sparky's on the inside line there. I do suspect he's going to allow Jake to also get through here. And there we go. So Vegas Paul doing a great job not losing any pace to allow those drivers to get around him still. Oh, it could be, Ian. It could be. You could be right, my guy. We don't have the tire information on. It's a surprise to me. My Streamlabs, Dennis? Dennis coming in with the like and the share as well. I had my stream actually dropped right out on me last night for no reason. So I don't know if it's an OBS issue or what's going on again, but as far as I know, it hasn't been freezing tonight. Nobody said anything up to now anyways, so... But I definitely had an issue last night with it. So, Nolander's in the lead. A little birdie tells me that Nolander has pit. So we may not see Nolander stop again. So now, this is exciting. This is what I love to see. Oh, it's Facebook? Oh yeah, Facebook streams are a mess. Oh, okay. My YouTube one shut down with it though, so that tells me it was my software. If it was just a Facebook issue, my YouTube would normally stay running, but both streams crashed at the same time yesterday, so I think my OBS actually had a malfunction last night. But I have been in like other streamers' streams, watching streams on my off time, and having similar issues with the freezing and saying that the app's not working properly and that stuff. So on the viewership side of things, yes, there's definitely some issues. But I did have an issue with it last night as well. So we got Sparky now starting to put pressure on Nolander here for P1. So let's see how this works out here. Sparky's looking inside. Nolander did a really good job to defend the move on Sparky there. So Badass is actually in a pretty good position here, sitting in 3rd place. And of course, Jake just behind in 4th place. He's probably in the ultimate position because if all 3 of these drivers do start to battle, that's just going to allow Jake to close right up on that pack. I just keep saying cannot play video. Go try the YouTube, Dennis, if it's not working on Facebook. If you guys are having problems on the Facebook stream, I do apologize. Obviously, we're having some Facebook issues. The YouTube stream should be working fine. So Nolander does get passed by Sparky. We're going to mark that. We're going to go take a look at that, but we're going to stick with it here for a second as Badass is trying to get the job done on the outside of Nolander here as well. He doesn't want to lose Sparky, so... Nolander is absolutely going to try and get the job done here. And, whoa, Badass doesn't quite have it yet. Yes, he does. Badass just gets it coming into that left-hander there. So great job by Badass. Nolander dropping down to P3. Now that's allowed Jake to catch up to these drivers. So a tiny little bit of battling on these on the top 3 drivers allowed the season defending champion to come back into the mix. Seems fine? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Appreciate the heads up, Dennis. As always, my guy. So Spec 1 in P5, 11 seconds behind Nolander, who's now in P4. So we definitely seen some position loss there, unfortunately, for Nolander. So let's get on with Sparky here first as he gets the job done coming up the straightaway. So in the slipstream, he gets the move done. You can see Badass in Sparky slipstream there. And you can see Jake's just getting into slipstream there. So Sparky gets the job done in T1, but Badass doesn't get the job done in T1. So Badass had to make the move, a little cutback move on Nolander coming out of T2, and then on the outside around turn 3, and just getting the job done going into turn 4 here. So that was a great job by Badass as well. And let me jump over to Nolander here as Jake is right there too. Let's see if we can catch the move on Jake by Jake as well. Jake's right in that slipstream, and it's probably going to be right on the inside of this corner. No, Nolander did go defensive there, actually. So, Jake actually looked like he had to get the move done on the outside there. Great driving by these drivers up front. These top 4 drivers are putting on a clinic on how you race side by side in Interlagos today, ladies and gentlemen. These moves are getting done on the outside of these corners. Fantastic stuff by these drivers. So, really unfortunate for Nolander, losing 3 spots out of that sequence, but he's not out of this battle yet. Now, we actually see Nolander coming into pit lane right now, so our little birdie was correct. He definitely did make an early pit stop, so he is now stopping, and a little splash and dash, maybe some fresh tires by the looks of it there. Zuckerberg dropped a metagaming update, and it's messing everyone up. Oh, it's on the game Facebook gaming app, but not Facebook itself. Gotcha, Ian. Yeah, I haven't seen Zuckerberg's post yet. I haven't even had time. So we do have Badass now in the lead. Let's go see what happened there, as I missed that too. But we got replays, so we didn't miss anything. No, we did miss it. It happened even before my replay button. So really unfortunate that we actually missed when the move got done there. So Badass does get P1. So Badass now in the race lead. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, Badass is still waiting for his first win of the season here. So is tonight the night for Badass. But he has got some serious pressure from Sparky Boomman and GVG Jake in the process here. And let's see what happens. Jake looking on Sparky. Let's see what happens. Yes, he gets the job done. Is Sparky going to respond? Jake's going to park it. So great job by GVG Jake there to get the job done on Sparky Boomman for P2. So coming inside on turn 1. Great job by those 2 drivers. You see Sparky thought about dipping inside there, but Jake just had the run, just got the line cut, and no chance by Sparky to answer the move by Jake at that moment. We'll have to wait to see what happens. Again, top 3 guys all right there. So Spec 1 in 4th place. Still having a good race here, but he is definitely behind the group here. So, be interesting to see what Spec 1 does here now as well. We got LJ in P5. We've got Nolander still having a good race here in P6, but he is dropped a couple spots having to pit there. We got the birthday boy, Mr. ATB, in 7th place. He's having a fantastic race tonight. We got Heathen in 8th place as well. He is on it tonight here too, folks. We got Betcher in 9th place. We are seeing some guys definitely having some good races here today, and that's what we like to see. A little battle between Betcher and Heathen here, so let's keep on with this here. We got a battle for P8, P9, and Betcher gets to run, gets the job done, but Heathen is all up in Betcher's business here, so let's jump on board with Betcher here as Heathen is chasing. And Betcher does manage to pull a little bit of a gap there on Heathen, just enough to keep him off his hair here for a minute or 2. So great job by Betcher, and we still got battling going on here. Oh, big cut from Jake, and that's most certainly going to pick up a penalty from Jake there. You definitely have second penalty there by GVG Jake, as he just ran out of racing track there, and he had to cut that track short right there. So he does pick up the half-second penalty. He's going to have to bleed that guy off. Last couple laps should be fun. Tire wear still playing a big part here. Oh, big time. I agree, Ian. I agree 100%. So Badass is trying to run away. He's just got these guys on the edge of slipstream here right now. Actually, he's got the stream broke. So at 1 second, the slipstream, he has just got these guys outside of slipstream. So the battling between Jake and Sparky here right now is definitely helping Badass's cause. And boy, what a battle these 2 drivers are having. Sparky's trying to get around Jake. Jake's trying to get rid of that penalty and not give up the position here. Now the rule is they have until where they picked up that penalty on the lap prior to get rid of that penalty. So Jake has a fair amount of time here to lose that penalty. You can see he opts to get rid of that penalty now and gives Sparky the position. So battle back on. Jake in P3. Moving down the field here, we do have Spec and P4 is gaining a little bit of time on those 2 as they are battling. We got LJ here in 5th as well. Now maybe Spec and LJ are in a good position here. Those 2 drivers continue to battle this hard for a few more minutes here. That might be catastrophic on the tires, and might allow those guys maybe close that gap. Nolander in 6th, ATB in 7th, we got Betcher in P8, we've got Heathen in 9th place, we've got Egon in 10th, Ghost is up into P11 here. He's having a little bit of a rough race here today. We got Superman in P12, we've got Barr in 13th, and we've got Vegas here in P14. Alright, so let's get through our field here. So again, Badass in P1. We're going to do an onboard lap with Badass here shortly. Again, 6.5 minutes remaining, so we only have about 4 or 5 laps remaining here in the race. But 1.2 second gap here for Badass. We got Sparky chasing in 2nd, and Jake starting to close that gap back up here in 3rd place. Now, fastest lap on track does belong to GVG Jake with a 129.872 currently. That can change yet. Spec 1 here in P4. We've got LJ in P5. Nolander in P6, ATB in P7. His tires are starting to look a little rough there. We got Betcher in P8. We've got Heathen in 9th. Egon's in 10th place. We get the Ghost here. We got Ghosty's just coming off those tires right now. Barr is in P13, and he's using the Alpha today, obviously cashing his Jack of all trades award points for using all the cars in the series. Maybe just not getting the result he was looking for out of it potentially here, but we do have Vegas Paul here. He's got blue flag on LJ coming up behind him here. But back to our race leader here, Badass, as he's just coming up to turn 4 here right now. And 1.4 seconds, so looking in control. We do have Jake now in 2nd place, so Jake has found his way back around Sparky. We do have a back marker starting to come into effect here as well. We got Spec in P4, and unless a mistake happens by one of the guys up front there, it might be where he's going to sit here tonight. So Badass in the lead, looking pretty strong. And Jake and Sparky battling for P2 and P3 here. So again, Sparky's chasing Jake for top spot in the championship standings, and Jake trying to hold Sparky off for top spot in the championship standings. Now Spec is still trying to make a run, but Spec is in a tough spot here in 4th place right now for making any ground up on these guys, and Badass also in this fight for the top 3 spots in the lead here right now. So boy, this is just going to tighten the standings up that much more. And next week finale at Kyoto is going to be incredible. It's just going to be an incredible race. Last season was not this close coming into the championship race. This season, we can't say who's going to win until the race is over, because we just don't know. These guys have just been putting on a clinic of racing this season, and it's been a lot of fun to watch, and I'm really sad it's almost over. Brings a little tear to my eye, you know? So now we've got Jake and Sparky and Badass all in the mix here. We got Superman in 11th place. He's in the mix of the lead lap cars here. And you can see him opting to give the inside line to these guys. So all the drivers getting around there. Great job by Superman there. And the racing respect and etiquette on the drivers right from front to back of this field is just absolutely incredible. We love to see it. So we do have a driver that has spun. I'm not sure who that was. That looks like it was Ghost. Oh, and Ghost does spin, and he has got some full damage there. So Ghost is having a tough season finish here, which is really unfortunate, as he is an incredible race car driver. But, you know, it happens to the best of us. We all have our good and bad days, and unfortunately for Ghost Viper, he's just ran into a little bit of rough luck here. So it looks, for the most part, the back half of the field is pretty settled in. We got a little battle there, it looks like, but we are going to stick with the leader here. We have 2 minutes remaining. Let's jump on board with Badass for this lap. And we'll just keep our eyes on what's going on in behind him here as he's progressing. You can really hear the tire wear underneath the Porsche now. On board with Badass. My money's on Jake, says Ian. Jake is now starting to pull into slipstream range here, so it's going to be interesting to see. We got 1.5 laps remaining here this race, and then it's down to one more round, and we crown a champion. So we do have a sportsmanship. Oh, and Badass makes a mistake. Oh no, Badass catching the grass edge, and Sparky Boomman gets the job done. Oh, what happened to Jake? Jake also maybe getting caught up in that a little bit. Let's go take a look at what happened there. Oh, and Jake did the same thing. So Sparky Boomman gonna get the race lead as our first and second place driver both spinning out in the same spot in the same fashion. That is unfortunate for Badass and Jake, and Sparky Boomman now down the road with first place and on the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. So that was a crazy little twist to our race here today. GVG Jake and Badass losing position on that race spin, and Spec 1 in P3 due to that mistake. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely, you just never know what's going to happen in racing. That's why you got to stick with it, ladies and gentlemen. And Badass now here in P4, and it took him a long time to get that car going, it looked like. Nolander up into P6 now. LJ wasn't able to catch up there, but Spec 1 definitely benefiting there, as I might have just grabbed Spec 1 a podium here tonight. And Ghosty's car is broken. He's just waiting for a tow. So coming around the final couple corners here. We're just in the infield section right now, so we're gonna be 1-2 corners and a little kink, and that'll be it, folks. I mean, we're almost there here. So Sparky Boomman coming around. He's got a couple seconds on GVG Jake, which is unfortunate there for Badass and Jake, as they both were looking really strong there for the end of the race. But it is gonna be pardon me, Sparky Boomman for the win here in round 9, ladies and gentlemen. So congratulations to Sparky Boomman with an absolutely great race. GVG Jake coming very close behind in second place. We're moving to third here, and it is going to be Spec 1. So congratulations to Spec 1 on a P3 finish. He stuck with it there, managing to grab a podium. See Superman coming across the line there in 11th. We got Bar coming across there in 12th as well. So Badass are really on. Oh, Badass is out of fuel. Badass is out of fuel. Oh, and what a stand-up job there by LJ. No, they did get across the line first. So Badass getting across the line. We got a drag race here for position. Oh, no, Nolander coming across the 6th. We got Nolander coming across, Nolander coming across the 6th, and Vegas Paul coming across in 13th. So great job there. It looked like LJ was actually going to bump Badass across the finish line there either way. So great job by those two drivers. And the birthday boy with a P7, folks. Congratulations, ATB, on a P7 finish on his birthday. I'm sure he's going to be quite happy with that. Great job, ATB. We got Betcher coming around, last driver to finish the race here tonight in 8th place. We have Heathen finishing in 9th. We have Egon finishing out our top 10. Superman in P11, Bar in P12, Vegas Paul in P13, and poor Ghost Viper there with a P14, and a poor broken Porsche. Poor broken Porsche. Synchronized spinning. We should make that an Olympic event, eh, Ian? We'll call it synchronized spinning. I like it. I like it. So huge shout out to all the drivers. Absolutely great job by all our drivers. And Badass leaving the room there, not very happy with how his race ended there, and rightfully so. I'm sure that would frustrate any race car driver. So congratulations to Sparky Boomman for the race win here. And man, oh man, all that did was just tighten up that championship. Oh, wow. So, wow. Yeah, I'm not. I could speculate and break it all down for you guys right now, but I'm not going to. We're gonna wait. We're gonna hype everything up, and let's just get through. Let's save our replay. Save replay. Most important thing. can't do any officiating without a replaying, you know. So unofficial race results, ladies and gentlemen, for round 9 at Interlagos here at DMJ Vroom Room's Choice of Weapons Season 2 is Sparky Boomman with the win. He also started on pole position, so grabbing bonus points for pole position as well. GVG Jake coming in second place. RR Spec 1 grabbing a P3 right after that unfortunate incident there from Badass and Jake. We got LJ in P5. We've got Nolander in P6. We've got ATB, the birthday boy, in P7. Betcher in P8. We've got Heathen in P9. Egon rounding out our top 10 here tonight. Superman in 11th. We had Bar in 12th place. Vegas Paul in 13th. And Ghost Viper rounding out our field here in 14th. And fastest lap of the race does belong to GVG Jake. So, bonus points for GVG Jake. So, interesting on how this is going to shake down the points here at this point now, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that Sparky Boomman also will have the Jack of all trades award coming for him as well, so that'll be an additional 5 points for Sparky as well. So definitely going to change the standings up quite a bit. So let's jump over to Podium Interviews, ladies and gentlemen, so these guys can get on with their day or evenings. In Jake's case, it's really early in the morning. So we're definitely going to jump in there and get these out of the way so he can catch some sleep before he has to go to work. Make sure you save your replays. I'll switch the lobby to the final track in a couple minutes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we're just letting them decompress here for 1 second. I'm going to go check my settings for the final race, because I can't remember what time of day it's at. $15:30. Alright. Alright, gentlemen. Well, great race, everybody. Tough race for some, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But nonetheless, really great job, again, by the whole field. Full field tonight. We love to see full field, and everybody having a pretty good race for the most part, it looked like. So we're going to just go right to our third place finisher here, Spec 1. Now, Spec 1 had the early race lead here, ladies and gentlemen, and was looking like he was in pretty good control for a while. He was having some good pace, and went into T1 and just caught a little bit of grass and spun himself out, lost that lead, but managing just to stick with it and grabbing a P3 finish right at the end of the race, due of course to the unfortunate incident we caught at the end of the race there with Badass and Jake spinning in sequence behind each other coming around the infield section. So congratulations, Spec. Third place finish. I know you're probably gutted for Badass, but at the same time probably feeling a little bit better about making the same mistake and still managing to find a podium position. So how are you feeling about how the race went down for you here tonight? Do we have a Spec 1? Yeah, we got you now. We got you. And absolutely, he was looking really, I mean, he had a lap to go. He was in the lead. He had about 1.4 second gap. The guys were starting to press a little bit. It was going to be one of those battles that we've seen from you guys every week, it seemed like, right at that start-finish line. And just the same thing that you did. You just got a little bit on the grass, and of course, those worn-down tires spun the car sideways a little bit there. And it just unfortunate for him. It took him a little bit longer to recover than it took Jake to recover. But again, like I said, good for you. However, though, it got you back onto that podium for some pretty good points. And obviously, I know it's not what you were looking for tonight, as we all know that you really did need some bonus points in that win tonight to really close that gap up. Absolutely, absolutely. Racing is racing. It doesn't matter if you're the worst driver or the best driver in a race car. We all make mistakes, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. So that's not going to stop Spec One from coming back into round 10 and going for a race win. That much I'll promise you. But talk us through your race, Spec. I mean, obviously you had you were feeling good when you came in. You qualified really well. What were you thinking? What were you thinking after the spin there?
Oh, blank moment, and I jerked the wheel, and it actually pulled my USB cable out of the PlayStation, so I had to jump out of my rig, plug it back in, and try to get back on track, and I just, I knew I didn't have a lot of time, but I had some time to try and just eat away, eat away each lap at the front runners and pick up as many positions as I could, and that's all I was hoping for guys to make mistakes, and that I could just piece something, I could salvage something out of the race.
Absolutely, and I mean that's the way it is. I mean, at the end of the day, you stuck with it. You tried to close up on those guys, and then of course one of the drivers up front just making a slight little mistake, and give it. And I mean, gain for you. It's the way it goes in racing. Third place points or third place points at the end of the day. I'm sure you'll still take them. And I mean, obviously, with the exception of just that one little incident that you had there on track, you had a pretty solid race. So, without the spin, where do you think that would have gotten you today? You think you had a shot at the win?
Absolutely, but I was definitely a little gun shy of and worried about those guys in the RC, you know, up there because they just had so much pace through the mid track, and I just couldn't get the Porsche to keep pace with them through there. You know, in warm up and in qualifying, they were just eating me alive through there, so I had to make up most of my time on the straightaways.
Yeah, and I mean, and then I think the Peugeot has a slight little advantage on fuel as well than that Porsche does. So, obviously, it seemed to be just slightly better than the other two cars on track. But nonetheless, man, you made that 911 RSR look really good out there tonight. And shoutouts, my guy, shoutouts.
Yeah, GT45 Gaming, obviously, my man. Rockefeller Racing, and then all the guys in the DMJ league. Oh, wide open. It's all or nothing. So no, yeah, I'm just throwing it all out there, leaving it's the last race. I mean, what else do we got to lose for most of us? So we might as well just go all out.
All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, these guys haven't been going all out yet, so watch out next week. All right, and again, nonetheless, congratulations, Spec, and good job on that third place finish. And can't wait to see what you got for us next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, so off to our second place driver, GVG Jake. Now it was he was really fortunate there as he spun at the same point as Badass did, right behind Badass in the exact same spot, the exact same way. It was quite very synchronized actually, and fortunately for Jake, he was able to recover the car quickly, get back on track, and at least maintain that P2 position. What was going through your mind at that moment, Jake? Is Jake still with us?
I think he took off. He's got to be at work.
Okay, so Jake did
like
take
3
off.
hours.
Yeah, we weren't 100% sure if Jake was going to stick around or not. Well, we'll catch up with Jake next time. Next time we can, we'll catch up with Jake, and we'll have to get his thoughts on the season as a whole, since of course it's like 3 in the morning for him. So, congratulations to Jake, and a great battle between him and Sparky and Badass, and Spec at the beginning of the race, and of course great battle between him, Sparky, and Badass for the majority of the latter part of the race, the last 2/3 there, and unfortunate for him with the little spin, but still holding second place, still keeping him in that fight for the championship points at the end of the season, and well, our winner, who we're going to go talk to next, might have something else to say about that. So, first of all, congratulations, man. Great race, Sparky. And what were you thinking as that race was unfolding in front of your eyes today?
I mean, it ended up going to plan, but initially the plan was a bit shot. I was a bit surprised at the start of the race. I got a bad launch off the line, and Spec was just like crazy in that Porsche in the first few laps, and Jake on the mediums, I gotta give him kudos, man. I don't know how he stuck with it with those mediums, because that race for me, that was a race that was completely determined by math. I set some average lap times, and the mediums were just too slow for it to be viable. So I ended up doing a one-stop, soft, 13 laps each. Slowed it down a little bit going around the track, coming out of corners one gear higher, which ended up helping me fuel save a little bit anyways. But it was a good race. I was really surprised with the pace that Jake kept in on those mediums. I thought that for sure I'd be 9 or 10 seconds ahead by the time I went into my pit stop, and I only ended up being about 2 or 3 seconds ahead. Some of that could have been, because he was getting towed along a little bit for the first few laps, but still, to keep up in the midsection on those mediums that's extremely difficult. I don't know how he did that. I tried running those mediums, and they were terrible, and thought if I used the softs and conserved them 13 and 13, it would work out well, and I didn't think many people would think of that. I thought a lot of people would go mediums and soft, and then I'd just run away. But it didn't work out that way, and I guess I got probably lucky is the bad word, but at the end of the race, the two people that were in front of me followed each other to the Shadow Realm and allowed me to just drive right past, so it ended up being a win for me.
Absolutely, and what a crazy race that was. I mean, we actually seen a few drivers have issues here around Interlagos today. We've seen Ghost Viper with a spin right at the end of the race after his pit stop there, and unfortunately for him, causing him full mechanical failure in his Porsche. And we've seen Spec 1 early on in the race with the lead, catch a little bit of a track edge and spin and lose first place. And then, of course, Badass looking like he had that race won, doing much of the same thing. And, of course, Jake falling behind. So whether you make just the most beautiful move in the world to take that race win, or you just happen to be in the right place at the right time, and opportunity opens itself up and you drive right through it, a win's a win, and race win points for you. So, of course, now with the race win tonight, pole position points. Obviously, Jake got fastest lap here tonight, so I'll kind of cancel out your pole points. But you do have your Jack of all trades award here coming as well. So I'm not sure if that's going to quite put you ahead, or if that's going to deadlock you guys going into next week. But championship battle on between GVG Jake and Sparky Boomman, folks. The championship title will go down between these two drivers next week. And of course, podium still up for grabs as well between Rockefeller Racing Spec 1 and Apex Racing's Badass as well. And there's still a battle for those top 7 spots, folks, as well. There's about a 5-way battle going on there. So we got some mini battles going on coming in around 10 as well. So strategy going into next week, you know you're chasing a championship, you know it's in your grasp, it's right there. It's just a matter of you making it happen. What's your thought process going into next week?
It's the same. Last week you asked a similar question, and I just sort of said I'm going to be aggressive this race. A lot of these races, I tend to sit behind and sort of follow and save fuel. And this race, I tried something different. I tried just pushing it and going for the most aggressive strategy I could. And in a lot of corners, I was side by side with people, especially Jake, for 2 or 3 laps. We were fighting each other with Badass for a lap or 2. I was fighting him, and I mean, I think there's no sense going into a final race and sitting behind someone and saving fuel. Like if you play this game to have fun, then let's be aggressive. Let's have a race. And so that's the plan. I don't really care where I finish. I'm just glad to be a part of a league that has 14, 15 guys that are consistently racing. So whether I'm in 5th or 6th, or if I come near the front, I don't really care as long as I have a good race.
Absolutely, and well said, Sparky. We always love interviewing you. You always have such great things to say. So, I mean, it was a pretty eventful race for you. You really did have to work for this race. Like you said, you and Jake were battling for the better part of 2 or 3 laps solid there. You guys were side by side through the infield side. It didn't matter where the corner was or how hard the corner was. It seemed like you two were side by side going through it. So with that being said, what I did see was from especially the top 4 or 5 drivers here tonight was an absolutely incredible racecraft and skill out of you guys. Being able to go around Interlagos side by side at race pace with wearing down tires and maybe a lack of concentration, a little bit of air wash, obviously. You guys really did an incredible job and put on an absolute clinic on how you race around Interlagos side by side, and it was a lot of fun to watch tonight, as a broadcaster, and I'm sure also as a fan and a viewer of the stream as well. So I just want to give you guys massive credit to that. It was so fun to watch. There wasn't a moment once where we held our breath thinking one of you guys was going to knock the other guy off track. You guys just absolutely sent it. Now, do you contribute that to the fact that you guys practice a lot together?
I think, yeah, I think it's that we practice a lot together, but more than that, I think it's we're all starting to develop an understanding for how we race. I've noticed that I take a lot sharper angles than a lot of the other guys that I race with, which probably isn't a good thing, but I think there's certain drivers, Jake being one of them, that likes taking advantage of those lines. So a lot of the times he goes up my inside because I don't really defend the inside very often. I like getting a sharper angle and getting a better exit. And, those are the types of things that I think we're picking up on each other. And that's how you get good races. I mean, you got to know the other guy. It's not really just about the race that you're in. It's about the race that everyone's in, where people are around you, and understanding how they're going to take their lines, where they're going to brake, where they're going to apex their corner. All of that has to factor in, and if it doesn't, you're just going to get a boring race. And I think, the reality is that very few of these races are boring. The strategies for a lot of people are different, and the way we're racing is different. But I think all that, like you said, it comes down to racing with each other, and then starting to do some research on each other and seeing how we're all driving.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I do know that obviously you guys are practicing also on your own, obviously as we've been coming down, as the season's been winding down, but I mean, you guys are still in there doing your group practices as a whole, and it's really been showing on track. We're seeing incredible pace improvement, not only from the top drivers in the standings, but also from the guys at the bottom side of the standings. We're seeing closer racing from all the drivers throughout the field this season. It's really, really fun to watch. And it's great to see, because that means the drivers are enjoying themselves, because if they weren't enjoying themselves, they wouldn't be learning, they wouldn't be picking up that pace. And I mean, that's on a big contribution on the large part of course, you guys leading in the standings here in the series, is you guys are always the first ones to offer that help to the guys that are struggling on pace a little bit. So, the culture behind the scenes in the pits and in the garage outside of the races each week is really, I think, helping with the fun factor and that competitive edge with you guys as well.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And prior to this race, there were lobbies open basically all day. I was jumping in here and there while I was doing other stuff and setting a few laps, and then watching some people, and then I was chatting a little bit with No Lander, talking about potential strategies, what could happen. I think you've got a really good community of drivers here that aren't necessarily interested in being the fastest, most aggressive drivers. They're more interested in having a really good race, and so however they get that really good race, that's what we're after.
Absolutely. That's the exact. I don't think you're wrong at all, or I think you're 100% hit the nail on the head there with that statement, to be honest with you. And I mean, that comes down to you guys, the drivers, the community. You guys build the community. You guys are the community. So, give yourselves a pat on the back, because what an incredible series you guys have been putting forth this season. And we said season 1 was pretty incredible and pretty epic, and it was gonna be hard to beat. Well, you guys beat it. So huge shout out to our drivers here, ladies and gentlemen, and happy birthday to ATB if he's still up in the chat. I don't think he is, but if he is, happy birthday to him as well. And great finish from ATB. He's the birthday boy, so he gets a special shout out today here on the page. 7th place finish for ATB, so I hope that puts a smile on his face tonight to finish off his night for him, and I hope your birthday has been absolutely blessed and full of enjoyment today, my man. But congratulations on a great race, Sparky. It was really fun to watch you guys battling for that podium position all race long. A lot of the camera was spent on you guys this race, because you guys were just non-stop battling back and forth, swapping positions. It was a lot of fun. So congratulations, and just another good, solid strategy. Great drive from you again as always, and shout-outs.
Yeah, of course. GT45 Gaming for essentially organizing and putting together this entire league and finding guys that want to drive. And you're always messaging in the Discord and trying to get us online and following up with people. And I don't know, man, I think you've got a lot of dedication for this stuff, and it should be a motivating factor for anyone who's watching these streams to jump on and be an active member of the community. I mean, I don't really know of any other streamers that are this accessible, where you can just chat one-to-one, jump into a Call of Duty, or jump onto a GT7 lobby. Like, you're a pretty unique guy, so I appreciate everything you're doing. Obviously, I want to thank DMJ Vroom Room for also helping organize this, and the other sponsors, GT Omega, Fanatec, and
All right, well, cheers, man, and I really do appreciate those kind of words. You're not wrong. I just want, I want you guys to make sure you're well informed. I want the drivers to be in the loop at all times. I just want to make sure everybody's satisfied and happy with what's going on. And you guys show me so much support, so I try to show it back. And we make a great team. The community and myself, we make a really great team, and I think that we're going to do some really big things in the future. So I appreciate those kind words.
Yep. Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So congratulations to the guys. You guys can talk freely for who's left. All right, gentlemen. So what a race! Wow, I'm sweating here now. That was a pretty moving statement from Sparky. I really do. Yes. So, really great words spoken by Sparky there, ladies and gentlemen. So, we are going to open a GT7 lobby, actually, here in a few minutes. I'm just going to take a couple-minute break. I'm going to finish my meal real quick, run to the little boys' room, and then we're going to open up some GT7 lobbies. So, if you guys want to race some more, we're going to have some GT7 lobbies open as well here in a few minutes. But we're just going to, we're going to recap our race. We've been doing that all season, so race recap. We had Sparky come in. He took pole position and with a really great time. Qualifying was a battle. The top 6 guys were within 4.5 tenths of a second from first to 6th place. So that already is going to make up for a great race start. Then the race starts. We get a beautiful, clean race start. A little bit of rubbish between a couple of drivers, but no harm, no foul. Everybody got through safe and sound. We've seen a little bit of a nice move. We've seen a nice move on Spec to take first place. He held first place for about 5 or 6 laps. He caught an edge in the T1, spun himself out. Lost first place to Sparky, Badass, and Jake, and a couple other drivers got past. He regained and he drove back, and managing with a P3 finish. Well, how did he get that? Well, we'll continue going. So once that point goes on, we have just great battling between Badass and Jake and Sparky Boomman, and then we cannot count out Nolander. Now, Nolander stuck with those guys that whole first stint. He was there. He was not losing any time. He wasn't grabbing any time, but he was there. I mean, if any one of those 3 drivers at that moment in time would have made a big enough mistake, Nolander was there to pounce on the opportunity to grab that position. So Nolander is looking good this season too, ladies and gentlemen. As I was saying earlier in the broadcast, I have a handful of names already that could very easily be a most improved driver this season. So it's going to be interesting to see how that breaks down at the end of the season. However, continuing on, great battling from those drivers. We see some great battles between Heathen and Betcher as well. Betcher coming in probably having one of his best races of the season as well this week. He really looked like he was prepared and feeling comfortable on the racetrack today. He had a fantastic race. The birthday boy ATV coming in having another solid finish in P7 here tonight. So really starting to pound in some solid mid-pack finishes here as ATVs. So building up momentum for Season 3. That's what we love to see. But at the end of the day, Badass has that race lead. He's got the first race win in his grasp, and I feel so gutted for my man Badass. I am so gutted for my man Badass over at Apex Racing there. I know he's not happy with how that went down today. Dude, I feel for you, my guy. Catching an edge, spinning out, Jake right behind him, doing the exact same thing. Sparky Boomman goes around for P1. Jake recovers quickly, gets on track, grabs P2. Badass got a little bit slow getting back on track, giving up P3 to Spec 1 as well. Coming across the line, still a very solid and respectable P4 finish, but as a racer, we all know that one stings a little bit. He's going to have to take a few minutes for that one to set in, but do not think that that is going to deter Badass from coming back to Kyoto Miyabi, Yamagawa, and looking for that race win. It don't matter. These guys are, we heard it from Sparky. He's coming in with full authority. He's coming in full send next week, and he wants to take the championship. He speaks like a champion. He talks like a champion. He trains like a champion. Is Sparky Boomman going to be Season 2 champion? You guys got to tune in next week at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time to find out. That's right, folks. It's going to be a fantastic race finale next week. We may be joined by a special guest. A couple factors obviously playing in there. A, if we have a full grid, drivers get priority on those spots. If we don't have a full grid and we've got a spot open, we may or may not have a special guest join us for our finale this season as well. So what's going to happen next week? Well, I'm going to get on a little bit earlier. We're going to talk. We're going to break down the whole season for you guys, leading up to what's going to happen next week in round 10. There is no qualifying next week. This is a 50-minute endurance race, reverse grid, based off our championship standings, folks. That's right, our racing championship standings leaders are starting in the back of the pack next week, and our guys that are down in the bottom of the standings are getting a shot up front to see if they can take home their first race win of the season. It's going to be all out, it's going to be battle on, and we crown our Seasons 2 champion next week. Hope we see you all there. Tell your friends, share this out, let everybody know what's going on over here, because I'm telling you, DMJ is climbing to the top here in North America, folks. So thank you all for tuning in. We really do appreciate you here at DMJ. It's been presented by DMJ Vroom Room. Partners are LWR Design, DDR, Fanatec, GT Omega, and of course myself, the host of this series here in North America, GT45 Gaming. My name is Tim Gray, and it has been an absolute pleasure to broadcast this race here to you today. We're not going to shut the stream down, ladies and gentlemen. All we're going to do is switch our overlay at this point now, and then we're going to take a quick little break, and then we're going to fire up a GT7 lobby. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in for this amazing race. If you didn't see it live, of course it will be on the channels, pre-published for you guys in the morning when you wake up, and a little bonus open lobby action over on GT7 for you guys here afterwards as well. I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast today. Leave me a comment. Do you have any anything that you'd like to see different, or if you'd like to see things done a little bit differently, if there's some different camera angles you'd like to see a little more, drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I'm always open to the constructive criticism. We just want to make it as fun for you guys as we can, and that is the whole point, is to make it fun. So let's catch up on some comments here real quick, because we got a whole whack of them going on here. Mine's Jake Synchronized Spitting. Thanks again for everything you do. Hey, appreciate you, Paul, my guy. We can't hear Spec yet. Thank Chris. Spec is an alien. He really is. He really is. Thanks for starting the race late for me. Congrats. Hey, no worries, brother. Family. That's all I get, brother. You gotta take care of the family. Congratulations, Sparky, says Nolander. I'm very happy to be in my Porsche for next race. I can tell you that. I bet you are. Payday coming in with the big thumbs up as well. All right, guys, we're just gonna switch overlays, so hopefully it doesn't like drop the stream out or anything. Bear with. Hey, there we go. There's some logos here. All right, so I'm gonna close this lobby and we're gonna go open up a GT7 lobby. Yeah, for sure. Totally get him having to go clear his head a little bit. Just letting Nolander know. Yeah. Right place, right time. stream still up, guys and gals? We didn't lose you. I've never tried switching an overlay live before. Alright, chat. Paymate coming in with the thumbs up. Give me like 5 or 6 minutes. I gotta go tinkle. I gotta take a quick break, and then we'll get some GT7 lobby racing going. No ladder's gonna be like, I'm on a good lap. Hey, GG's Anthony, how you doing, my guy? Alright, so we're gonna shut down sport. We're gonna open up 7, guys and gals. We'll fire open the lobby, and then I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Make sure I got all my screenshots. Yep, we good. Yeah, give me like 5-10 minutes tops. Yep. Alright. Normally we shut the stream down after DMJ broadcast because I like to just have the race as its own separate entity, but I need to get back to my consistency too here, my regular streaming program. So there's no other reason than shutting down after a DMJ broadcast except for just so that the broadcast is there by itself. However, we're just changing it up today. I also got to set my rig and everything up still too, so I definitely need a couple of minutes. But yeah, we're turning the wheel on. We're gonna get on track. We're gonna do some racing. As soon as the game loads up. And you get the juicy camera, you know, hang out and do what we do. Do what we do, you know? No, I didn't like that. Did it just drop? That's what it did last night when it dropped out. I think it's still going. You guys are legends, by the way. Lighten it up tonight. We did have a little dip there, but that was when we changed the overlay. Everything's looking pretty good. Excellent. I was right in the middle of a match last night, Call of Duty match last night when the stream dropped. So I do apologize for anybody that was viewing last night and the stream just cut off. It just dropped out. It just quit. Don't know what happened. That was probably enough music to get copyrighted right there. No, I think they got away with it. Just catching up on some Discord chatter. Don't mind me, folks. Oh yeah, gotcha. All right. Alright, room's up, chat. Okay, guys, I love you guys. Give me 5 minutes, maybe 8 minutes, 10 minutes tops. I'll be right back. I'm just going to flip it to the be right back screen. I'm going to set my rig up. I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then we'll get some racing going on. So just bear with me. I just need a few minutes to get it all sorted out. Appreciate you guys. Love you all. See you in just a few. Alright, what's up, chat? We back. Just gonna go take a couple corners and we'll fire this race since everybody's been impatiently waiting. Apparently. Well, data says it's much like the Corvette when it comes to throttle control, so... Yeah. Bottled out a little bit. That's alright. Okay, went way faster there. Turns better than the Corvette does. That's for sure. Yes, I'm starting soon, guys. Just relax. I'm just taking a lap. Gotta get used to the car. So I don't murder anybody. Ooh. Did it break or what? I got initialization fucking issue right off the bat. Jesus Christ. Literally. God damn it. Oh. I know. I'm sorry. Well, I was on board with Spec when he spun too, if it helps. You had it. No, he's okay. He's okay. He canceled already. These guys are on it. Yeah, I got a room up. Yes. I might be kicking somebody shortly though, because I can't get the fucking race to start. No game sound.
There's a word I want you to say again. R-O-O-M? How do you say it?
Rum? How do you say it?
Broom?
There we go.
Rum? Room?
You hear the intonation,
Room?
Ghost?
We're not talking about rum. We're talking about a living dwelling.
Thank you, whoever said that.
Rum? You like rum, huh?
Yeah, like
That's
rum.
like that sounds like Canadian.
Rum's good.
That sounds like the Canadian pronunciation of rum.
It's the East Coast, right? That's how we pronounce shit.
I bet you say garage weird as well.
Garage?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say garage.
No, I don't say that shit. That's stupid.
Garage.
People down here like say Chicago instead of Chicago. Like there's not
Chicago?
a fucking R in it, motherfucker.
Is there
In Chicago, they add an OI in there. They say Chicago.
Did you guys create a lobby?
Oh Jesus!
Anyone?
Ghost has a full lobby open right now.
I thought we were on. Oh, are we on sport?
No.
Oh, that's why it's not showing. Because it's full. No.
Yeah. I've been waiting for him to kick people. Or whatever happens.
I didn't even know that you made one to
I'm
begin
sure-
with.
I'm sure there will be some getting booted. They're all over the place.
Yeah, get rid of them.
We're racing right now, man.
Yeah, I know he's racing. I don't expect him to jump out.
Hi, Dexter. Hello. Hey, get out of here. You slobber on
Pay
everything.
attention
Hi.
to your radar, boy.
He was doing high 31s the entire stint on mediums, man. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Look, there's guys all over this racetrack right now.
And like I was saying, we were on softs, he was on softs, and he was catching us. Like,
Yeah, no, he was
a second a lap.
he was doing at least a quarter of a second faster than I budgeted for.
I wasn't even planning on making that move on you.
It was the right time to do it.
It was, well, I had a good run. I had a
And
good run.
You know I'm not interested in defending unless it's like the last 3 laps. So it's just a waste of time doing, you know, any kind of defense in the first like 10 or 15 laps. It was so pointless.
And we were down after I made that pass the lap after, like there was only 4 left after that, and then there was 3, so that's when I started to defend a little bit. And I still held my line. I was really surprised.
Yeah, I'm not telling you the strategy for the next race. You're on your own, man. You're on your own.
I don't want to hear it. You're telling me exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. I'd rather have
My
someone.
wheel.
Yeah.
I gotta let my wheel cool down.
Really?
I'm in cockpit view, and I've never seen the game do this, but like, I can feel my wheel skipping,
Oh,
if that makes sense. And it's in the cockpit view,
Shit.
the steering wheel is doing exactly what my steering wheel is doing in my hands. So, the clipping or whatever it is.
That's the sound, yeah. That's clipping.
What's the sound?
Well, it's just the gears like smacking together and vibrating. Or...
He's just trying
I
to
know
be a
he
dick
is.
to make you
I know
make
he
that
is.
noise again. That's
His
not,
teacher antics
I know,
don't work
I know.
on me.
I know that you danced around it.
Later, Vetter.
Not good that you guys are starting to pick up on my nonsense.
Yeah, well, we know you now. It's been 6 months.
Yeah, that's true.
What a
Well,
move.
the benefit of this chair is that my back wasn't sweating by the end of that race. It all
I
works
bet,
out.
eh?
The recliner I was on by the end of the race, like my back was just drenched. It's so wet.
You know what, Chad? I really do need to give Bipolar Express a massive shout out, man. That guy spent a little bit of time with me the other
Yeah,
night
that's not a bad
off
little
stream.
rig, is it?
I like the chair. I think it could be a little more.
He just changed my mental
narrow,
attitude
I
while
guess.
on track.
It's like there's these pads on the side that are intended to like hold you in, but unless you're like fucking Goliath, like I don't know why they put them out so wide.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say it's made for fat people?
That's
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
It
just
isn't, but it isn't.
instantly made
It's
a
not,
difference.
you can't really hold a fat person, like a big fat person.
Why'd they make it so wide then?
I don't
Just
know.
just because they'd rather have it wide and narrow, and everybody complains. I bet.
I have no idea.
It's better than my brother has a play seat, and I remember what race he
Okay,
did on
that
his
makes
play
sense
seat,
now.
the second or third week, and I remember just feeling like
That's
so
better already.
sort of
Alright.
tucked into it,
No,
like you're
I'm
like
not.
wrapped up in the
I
thing.
knew something wasn't quite right
For the
there.
first 5 minutes, it feels cool, then after that, you get cramped. This one's
Should
got
have
a
been
lot
able to
more
make that,
space, and my
that
pedal
second part of
does
that chicane. I just couldn't.
game changer, man.
Oh, I bet.
I'd have to like pull on my wheel as I was pushing the brake.
Yep.
And then sometimes if I'd pull too hard, the angle would change, so then I'd have to like try and push it back into the right spot as I'm driving. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll probably be a lot more consistent now with that.
Well, we'll find
Well,
out.
a little bit more consistent anyway.
I still don't like the buttons on here. They're not mapped to Gran Turismo, so like none of them work properly. I had to go in and manually map all of them. But I have to, if I'm trying to, you know that the little dial thing you have on the text, just use triangle and X now instead of a dial.
What wheel are you on?
The Thrustmaster T248.
The brand new one that came out. November.
Some lady in town maybe bought it for her kids and legit never opened the fucking box. She had the wheel and the chair, and she listed it on the marketplace here for 500. And I offered her 400 and said I'd come pick it up in 20 minutes. Sent her an e-transfer and went and got it. Then I went to Saskatoon and sold my G29 and the pedal thing that I had for $250. So it ended up being about a $150 upgrade to get a brand new wheel and a brand new chair.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. That's a smoking deal.
Still money spent, you know, by the way I
Oh,
look at it.
$150. Yeah, but you were looking to get a proper rig anyway. You couldn't buy a proper rig for
See if we can get this
$150.
P4 shot.
No,
What
I
kind of
mean,
rig did you get?
it's
The
a,
FT Lite, or FGT Lite, or whatever it's called.
it's, yeah, GT, Next Level Racing GT
Next Level.
Lite.
Oh, good. Yeah, dude, those are great little seats.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
And I was a bit apprehensive because I remember when I was in my brother's, like it felt like the pedals were too close to me and I couldn't really adjust them. He had a play seat. But these ones, you can adjust it way further. You can sort of put the chair right down on the ground or stand it up a little bit. So I found a spot that I like, and it's like perfect. And I spent a lot of time on this game, so I figured I should get a
Proper chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna try and oh no, I missed it. It's full again. I'm gonna try and sell this recliner for a few $100s if I can, because there's no sense in having it. I already have a couch and a bed, so what do I need a recliner for?
Sure. Did you just leave your rig in the same spot?
Basically, yeah, the only worry that I have is there's like this see-through mesh part on her back, and I have a feeling that my cat gonna find it and try and sharpen her nails on it. So I'm trying to keep an eye on her when she comes in here. If she goes anywhere near it, I give her a little, get the fuck out of here! And then she eats into another room.
I was draping I used to have to, until I put a seat cover over mine, used to have to drape
Then she,
a blanket over it or something.
yeah, that would probably work. You guys let me know if someone pops out of that lobby.
Fuck.
Oh, GG's. Damn, I almost got him. Oh, I got another lap.
Even had just left a minute ago, so I could have hopped in. Someone popped in right after he left.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hit refresh every 10 seconds.
Oh, he was back in.
The rum?
Nah, I didn't need a room. I had to go back in. Oh shit, your thing is breaking up again, dude. Sound like a robot.
Where do you shift this
Yeah,
car?
like choppy.
Where do you shift this car out
What car is it?
of? Jack.
Oh, full.
Okay.
Just
Wind her out,
fucking
man.
send it.
Oh, I'm in a fucking battle with this guy right now. What a battle. Come on, let's get him.
Oh.
Damn it. Can't get this. He's good. He's consistent.
What track are you guys on? I am honestly not looking forward to the next DMJ race. I'm not good on that track. That was the one last year where like the fastest thing to do was just to pit every like 10 laps or something silly, right? He did like
the pit is so short.
he did like no fuel saving and just like sent it every lap.
Went whatever minute. Well, no, because you would start on soft, so you only have to do that one lap on hard. Start on soft, run the piss out of the softs, come in, do your one lap on hards, go right back in the pits, and do the rest on soft.
You don't have to do a minimum amount of laps on your card.
No.
Good race. That was a good race. GG's, chat.
It's just a pit window, that's it.
Oh, okay. So after lap 3 or 4 or whatever it is, your
Yeah,
strategy
no
could
worries,
be
Anthony.
anything.
Yeah.
No worries, bro.
I didn't know that.
GG's, chat. That was a good race.
I am correct in saying this, right, Coach?
What's that?
So, like, say for the next race, we wanted to start on softs, and then hards are going to be required, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we come in and we only do one lap on hards, that's okay, and then go right back to the softs.
As long as you do a full lap, like you can't pit in on the softs, do your out lap, and then pit right back in. You have to go across that start finish line. So essentially, you got to do like 1.5 laps, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So the out lap doesn't count as a lap.
No.
Got
It
it.
has to be a full circuit lap.
I think we clarified. I would have just done the out lap.
Me too.
I had to check Ghost Viper tonight to see if he took soft tires. I thought it was
But
going to DQ him.
He crashed, didn't he? He was that yellow flag for a few laps.
He crashed,
Yeah.
yeah. He pit with like 8 minutes left. He took his softs and then wiped it, and yeah. I don't know if he. I don't know if he had. I kind of feel like he's purposely tanking the series to give a different driver the top 7 position. That's what I think.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit caught off guard because the first like 2 or 3 races, I thought he was like really fast, but
I think
now I'm not really
once
not
you-
really
Get in
seeing
here.
that.
Get in here. Get in here. Get in here.
I think once you realize that he didn't have a shot at the top spot, I think he went to a different mind frame. You know what I mean?
Whatever, man. It's like just do it for the good races. Like
He's not. Yeah, he's not himself right now on track. That's for sure. Like the last 3 races have not gone well for him.
I see.
Like he disconnected in round 7. He parked it in the pits at the end of last week, and then he crashed and just parked it this week. So yeah, he's having a rough go at the end of the season. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think he just might be giving a spot to a different driver for the All-Star race at this point now. To be honest.
Is it still looking close between Nolander and ATB?
Yeah, there's a few drivers that are right there. I mean, that's still up for grabs too. What track you guys want?
Not Spa.
I mean, we could do the track that's next week, and then we can get a little practice while we're just messing around.
Yeah, but we're on GT7.
Yeah.
So?
I don't care.
It's different.
I'll do it.
It's completely different.
Not completely
I
different.
haven't ran that track in a while. I'm game.
It's longer. There's some longer straights, some different turns.
Man, the feedback on this game is way better.
I know, eh?
5 or
Whoa,
4?
that's like night and day.
I know it is. It's amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, for
I
sure,
thought I
man.
broke something.
We'll be on for a little bit, yeah. Oh, I meant to save that replay. Can I still save it? Probably not.
Gonna have to go in the Porsche here as well. Do I even have it?
I wanted to save that replay. That was such a good fucking race.
This is not next week's track, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
No, I don't think we're supposed to have Miyabi.
No, and DMJ is the full course.
It is the full course?
Oh,
Miyabi too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's the
That's
big boy.
what I'm saying, man.
That's like a 2-minute 40-second lap.
Schedule.
Is that guy still in?
It says Kyoto, Yamigawa plus Miyabi. Reverse grid. No qual. Oh no. Oh, that means it's a 50-minute race too, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So make sure you get the strat down, boy.
Yeah, I'll figure something
Okay,
out.
I'm not gonna
I know
lie
you will.
about us. I'm really digging
Yeah.
the Jaguar right now.
It's nice, isn't it?
Dude, you should have just seen that race I had.
Yeah. No, it's,
Bad race.
you
Thanks,
learn-
guys.
if you-
Hey, it happened.
you
Don't worry
learn-
about it, my dude.
you learned how to drive the Corvette. Well, this is a better version of the Corvette, a little bit easier to drive.
It turns better.
It does
Definitely.
turn better.
But man, huge shout out to Bipolar, man. Like, he didn't really work with me that much the other night, but just the mindset change. Like, the mindset change. Like, there was incidents at the beginning of that Spa race, and I came back for a 5th place finish, and I was battling with the 4th place guy. He was just better than I was. I couldn't catch him. Thanks again for starting late. Hey, anytime, Paul, man. I get it, brother. It's all good. We have it set up for 22 starts for Badass right now anyway, so no big deal, man.
Oh, I remember this track.
It's been a little while since I've been on it. I should go run. A few corners real quick.
This is the one with the glitch curve. You can like
Not anymore.
you keep
No,
stuck.
they fixed
What?
it.
They got rid of it?
Oh yeah, no, they fucking
Did they?
wiped you hard now. Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it. What's this corner? Oh yeah.
And on to the Miyabi course. And
Overshot.
Are you using the Mercedes?
no, I don't have that on this account. I only got a Jag, the Supra, and the fucking RX.
Gotta use the Mercedes.
I only got the Jag. I'm using my A+ account, so I ain't got no fucking cards.
Yeah, I gotta see the proof of that.
We'll go look.
They're just giving A pluses to anybody these days, hey?
Yeah, Yeah, with lots of hard work.
You're supposed to go along with it. When I razz you, you're supposed to like go along with it, you know?
Yeah, no.
My earphones aren't working. My earbuds? Apparently. Whoa, locked them up. Nope. I cannot get that technique to work around that corner. No matter how hard I try.
The curb hooking?
No, no. The final kink before the final corner is the long straight. I've seen Grove Street do something with this particular car on that corner. It really got him a wicked fucking exit, but I can't make it work.
This car is so nice for
star
that.
bomb, sexy twat. Hey, my man. Let's get an hashtag call up in the chat. Apparently, these earbuds don't work. Let's try that again with the earbuds, shall we? Okay, now they're working. Everybody in? Minus Professor? I'll give it
Shit.
another minute or two here to get a lap in. Pardon me. What were you now, Paul? Get your butt on 7, man. I'm gonna do it, he says, but seriously, thank you. Or like a hashtag GT45 up in chat. Hey, much love, Paul. Get your butt on track. Come race more, man. Come on. GT7 loaders are coming back, and they're coming back with full force because, well, I got a championship to go win, so. And my new favorite person, Mr. Bipolar Express, has instilled a whole new breed of confidence into me all of a sudden. It works in ACC too, man. You took what he was teaching me here and took it over to ACC, man. It works there too.
Do you ever try iRacing?
No, I don't have the, well, I shouldn't say I don't have the capability to do it. I guess my laptop probably could do it, but I wouldn't
It's
be able
on
to.
for real cheap right now.
I wouldn't be able to stream it though, right? So I mean, it would just have to be a hobby thing. But I mean, iRacing is expensive. You gotta pay.
It's $27 a year right now.
And to start up, you gotta buy every track. You gotta buy every car. Yeah, no, there's a lot more to it than you think. It's a rich man's game. If you just want to race,
You gotta buy.
if
You have
just
to
wanna,
buy the tracks.
If you just want to race Miatas the whole time and not get licensed for different classes and race in different classes, and yeah, you just pay your yearly membership for sure. But no, if you actually want to race in iRacing, yeah, it costs money. It costs the money.
Interesting.
But at the same time, I mean, you can go and race for money. So, you know, there is that side of it, right?
What do you mean race for money?
They have money tournaments all the time. You know, NASCAR, they oval track or whatever. You just gotta be in
Oh
the
yeah,
right
there was a guy
yeah.
guy here in Halifax won $100 grand from NASCAR on iRacing.
Yeah, man, lots of money gets passed through esports on iRacing.
100,000 on NASCAR.
Dude,
Yeah.
those tournaments are huge, man. Where do you think the
Yeah,
F1
man.
guys and the NASCAR guys go in the off season, man? They go on iRacing. That's where they
I know how to
stay
turn
sharp.
left.
That's where they stay sharp, man.
Yeah, no, it's pretty easy to turn left.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
Reverse grid, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
So you'll be starting right back there with Jakey.
I mean, like in this
100
lobby.
grand? Oh yeah, no, there's huge money in esports, man. You just gotta,
No.
you gotta be in the right place. You gotta know the right people to get the, you know, to find these tournaments. But if you're in the right Discord servers, man, oh yeah, no, there's money. I'll rate
Oh, shit,
this GT45
shit.
for $1.
Oh.
Wasn't sure what that guy was going to do there for a second.
I'm trying to start in the back, so just disregard me and go out the inside.
Sorry, man, I was going to push it.
I'll try to. Whoa.
We're good. Maybe. We're good.
God, this is night and day. Like, it feels like there's constantly tension on the wheel right now.
That's the way it should be.
Exactly. It's not like a floppy fucking noodle.
That's the way it should be.
Oh, jeez, these guys gonna brake early? Yep, they are.
Oh, I'm having a hard time judging these corners apparently, Chad.
God. Oh, they're killing each other.
Perfect. We need to catch up.
Oh! All right. I see you, Sean.
Use some front brake bias on this car, but other than that, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I always run it 2 or 3.
So a little bit of push on it when you're trying to brake. Other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's deadly with brake balance.
And I got new motivation to go and get that gold on Seaside now.
Elizabeth! Help! Jabby's trying to chase some bug, so you gotta move her and then find the bug.
Find the bug.
It's a giant bug. I left the window open. You should probably close it. I think it's down by, like, my feet, maybe, like, my hip? I don't know.
Oh, we got it that time, shot.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'll get the bug after. Oh, yeah, you can do that. Oh, these guys are killing each other. Oh, Chabby! Oh my God.
Oh, don't hit that curb on the outside.
Oh, badass. I was trying to chase you from the back.
I'll try to chase you now.
I don't see that much latency going on right now.
No, I had rubber banding from one guy in the last race, but it wasn't to where I wouldn't try and pass him or anything. So far,
I
so
see a
good.
little bit on dog.
Ooh,
Better.
getting squarely in there. Okay, well, I don't want to win. I want to chase people, so I'm gonna let you guys all by again. Uh-oh.
Doug. How you doing, Doug?
Oh no! Fuck. Got a bit too confident there on the throttle. Oh, I don't know. 9 seconds is too much. Okay, badass, slow down. I have something to tell you.
You got a race going.
What about this message? It's super important.
A whisper it in my ear area.
No, I can't. It has to be only if cars are in proximity.
I know, that's
you'll
what I
be-
mean. Like we're in that car. You gotta come up here and whisper it in my ear for me, so.
That's 9 seconds, man. That's too much.
It is.
Unless you decide to bin it again.
Oh, they're killing each other. They're killing each other. They're all dying.
Oh, one left. This guy must have actually killed somebody. He got a half-second penalty. How do you get a penalty in a lobby?
Shortcut.
Oh, okay.
Like you'll watch in GT Sport, the only way to make that run clean through the X is to go right over the curbs. In this game, it's so easy. You don't have to even touch the curb.
Yeah, but if you do, you can drive right over them and it doesn't even do nothing either. I just did it.
I don't know about that.
I just cut every one of them. Huh.
There was one curb there where I bounced right off
Oh,
the
did you?
fucking thing.
I must have hit it just right then.
But that wasn't, no, it wasn't that. It wasn't that turn. It was a different turn.
Oh, yeah.
Or it wasn't those set of turns, I should say.
I think this track might have been too complicated for just a normal lobby.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
Ooh.
Mind you, Monza's not complicated either, and more death.
So the last OFR race this weekend is Watkins Glen, correct?
Yes.
The one coming up, yeah. There's one more after that, though.
Oh, what are these guys doing? Oh, they're gonna kill each other. Whoa! Mobby, you don't need to brake that much there. Okay, go. Go on.
I feel like I'm not. I don't know why the car's not rotating around this track. I feel like this car's just not fucking turning now.
Honestly, I've been driving the Mercedes lately, and it's like so balanced, it's ridiculous.
Braking wrong or something. I cannot get this thing to turn around this racetrack. Oh, there's that bouncy curve you were talking about.
hobby. Whoa, jeez.
This guy is lucky I didn't have another lap.
I'm only a minute behind.
Oh.
There's definitely been a while
Do you
since
need
we
it?
were around this track, yeah.
Do you need me to send you a screenshot of this? Or Sparky to see my A+ right there?
I'm gonna have to find a race that I'm good at and grind it a bit. That's what
Yeah,
I did to
man.
get my A originally.
That's whatever.
You could have your A+, no problem.
I don't know
like,
about
I'm-
no problem. I still have to have good races.
Yeah, well, you just gotta do a good qualifying and then just fucking
Grind.
grind. I didn't even, it wasn't even grinding for me. It was just straight up winning. Like, I won fucking, like, 10 races and had, like, 5 or 6 P2s and, like, 2 P3s. I never finished outside of the top 3
And it was walk-ins?
Saturday or... Yeah, walk-ins in Group 4, man. I was fucking... Man, they couldn't catch me.
I usually do well at the Maggiore, those tracks.
Well,
So whenever
there's a
those ones
Maggiore-
come up.
There's a Maggiore one right today. Now, Group 3.
But isn't that race A?
That's B.
No, it's Group
C.
But no, it's C. So it even has strategy, hards and mediums.
5
required.
On, five or 5? I think it's 5 on mediums.
5 mediums
Yeah.
and the rest on hard. Yep.
It's not a reverse grid. It's not the reverse one though, is it?
No.
Eat that
Maggiore
track.
East, so you don't have the last final S sectors before the start
Yeah,
finish line. You have a hard hairpin.
No banky. No banky.
No, there's a big
Oh,
banky.
oh. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. It's got like that huge braking zone, and then it goes right onto
Yes,
the
it just
straightaway.
goes right and then onto the straightaway. Yes.
Yeah. Yipper.
So that's your probably.
You know, I could, but,
it's
you
daily
know,
C, but daily B is the best one to grind because they're 5
Faster.
lappers and you're 9 minutes and the race is over, and then you're still getting massive DR. But I'm not even sure what C or B is this week. Group 4s, I think, again.
Group
No,
4
Group 2s.
on Fuji.
No,
right,
Group
on Fuji.
Yeah, Fuji. I don't even want anything to do with that. With the dash chicane and Group 2s, no thank you.
Everyone's going to be in that same car too, the Nissan.
In Group 4, yes. Oh no, in Group 2, that same Nissan Autel Motel
10?
Autec.
It just keeps getting higher and higher, Paul. Up.
After that race, I should have been 1 point behind Spec.
I know, right? Damn, man. I was
Now I'm not.
so gutted for you, dude.
All you
But
have
aren't-
to do is have a decent race next race.
I thought you were in third.
No, I'm in 4th. I was in 4th. Spec had 5 point lead on me. But with my 5 points for the... You didn't give me the 5 points for the car change yet, did you?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, see, well then, with the 5 points, I would have been tied with Spec.
Yeah, I think DMJ got
But
that
he got-
information confused because he had ATV as cash in his jack of all traits and he hasn't used all his cars yet, so I think there's a little bit of kerfuffle going on there. I'll sort it out before the standings are done this week. I gotta go backtrack on all the races and just make sure that they have the right information for cars. Because up until this race there was only a couple of drivers that were had the points for it so far. Oh! This car doesn't like curbs too much, does it?
No chicane.
That's what I'm talking about.
Still got a
That's
chicane.
the way you should have run it in OFR.
No. Take a track with 8 fucking corners and take 2 of them out of it.
Yeah. No, just changing it up. Public lobby. Trying to...
No, it's all good there. I was just talking to Sparky and his love for this goddamn track.
If everybody doesn't die in the first chicane, well, they'll just die in the second chicane, I guess, but...
Yeah, because you're even coming in hotter in the second chicane.
Yeah, that's
going
true,
100
yeah.
fucking 75 instead of 150.
Cruising pretty good. I'm at 175 before. Oh, that's not a good at all, chat. Ah. Too busy talking, not paying attention. Fucking drove right off that corner at 175 miles an hour. Sending some
Okay,
pics.
badass. You gotta do this whole race in cockpit view.
No issues.
I do them
I
all
can
in
do that.
cockpit.
I used to do some racing in the cockpit. I got no issues with it.
I think I'll be really slow.
No, oh yeah, the rear view camera's there. Oh, I'm here braking for the goddamn chicane that's not there.
Yeah, I did that too.
God damn you, Sparky.
I didn't set the track.
I love how Sparky
you
gets in
didn't
trouble
set it, but
for
you-
it on the host.
Yeah, but you suggested it. I know you did.
No, he
When?
didn't. He didn't at all.
Oh.
Actually.
Oh.
I just picked Monza and I'm like, wait, we haven't run no chicane track like ever in the history of GT45 Gaming lobbies. I was like, we're running no chicane.
1:45.8. Okay. Okay.
I don't think Viper's running this one, so we kicking it. What time is it? We'll probably go for about an hour or so more chat, and then we'll probably lock it down for tonight. I am way
Car sounds.
out of sleep.
A lot better in the cockpit, eh?
Oh, does it
New
ever?
Jaguar today. Badass convinced me
I'm
that it's
I'm
better
worried I'm
than
gonna
the
kill
Vex,
somebody.
so- We're liking it. We just had a rough race in Miami, but we kept making mistakes. It's not the car's fault. It's the driver's fault. Damn, that guy ruined my start. Oh, it's Professor. What's up, brother?
Who the fuck is this coming up like this? Look at this fucking guy.
He's just trying to split everybody.
Is there someone beside me? I can't tell.
No, there's not. They're beside me. What are you doing? Whoa.
I don't know where my tires are. I was driving on the grass. I didn't mean to.
Oh yeah, you want me to set my cockpit view, right?
And race over for this guy.
Oh, you got some company on you now.
Yeah, because I was fucking around with trying to get back in the cockpit.
Alright, come on. Stupid mistakes, John.
Uh,
A little bit of car unfamiliar, a little bit of car. I don't know the car well yet either. That doesn't help, I suppose. But it's really no excuse. It's Monza.
Oh, you got damage on too?
Light.
Fast.
Well, I was calling myself a bastard when I was a minute behind you guys with damage too, trust me, in the last race, so... Huh.
Now, what's faster in a straight line, the Jag or the Corvette?
Ooh,
Jag.
hard to say.
Oh yeah, I'm pulling.
Yeah.
Oh wait, now he's getting me. What the?
Corvette has decent high gear. Like the top gear.
Oh, I went off the track! Ah! Oh god! Uh-oh. Huh.
Marky's spinning. Ah, I blew the fucking corner. This is stupid fucking track. I'm not used to how much speed you carry going into that corner.
For real, right?
Yeah. I was not watching where my wheels were and I legit just drove off the road.
I did that in practice too.
People that drive like this, man,
Ooh, should try to get spicy
take a
there,
lot of
Jack.
practice to know where your car is.
It does.
I know.
It took me a while to get my car awareness down. But once you get it, man, it's a lot of fun. It's so much more immersive.
Yeah, it's way better when you have triple screens and shit though.
Yeah,
See
sure.
all around you.
Or VR goggles. I don't know if this game supports that, but I know some do.
It does.
Yeah, I'm sure it will eventually. Though. It probably does. It's just there's nothing out there for it yet. Maybe I don't know.
I got no pace in the cockpit.
It just takes time. It's like changing to any view, right? Once you figure out where your spatial awareness is, and your pace comes right back. Or you find more, typically. I've been told cockpit view doesn't gain your pace, so
No, it's the worst one. It's the slowest.
it's just fun.
Tidgeny proved it. My boy Tidge.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Spectre has a cockpit mode all the time.
For real?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
No, I'm dead serious.
No, I believe you. I'm just saying, like, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's really hard to see
Anywhere.
where your corners are.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You use hood cam too, right?
Yeah. It's just the most comfortable. I
It
know
is the most
technically,
comfortable.
I watched that video too. He said that the one where it's just like you have an imaginary camera on the front of the car is the
Yeah.
fastest, but I just
Yeah,
like the over the hood.
me too. I'm the same way. I like over.
I
the
gotta
hood, too.
see where my car is.
Well, you can't if you're behind someone in that stupid one where you're in the bumper cam. You can't see around the car. So you can miss braking zones real easy. And that's why I don't drive it.
Well, I'm a coming for you, badass.
Oh, I misshifted. Son of a bitch.
I can see this guy in my mirror. Oh, he's pushing me.
Professor.
He wants to work together. Okay.
I need that draft.
Whoa.
Oh no, Professor.
$50.
Car keeps trying to get me out of that corner, man. Lesmo 2 is... me and Lesmo 2 are not getting along today.
Oh no, this guy's gonna try and go for a
I
move.
thought they were gonna make that 3 wide there for a second. Got a good run out of their shot, but it's not enough, I don't think. Still have that slip.
some, bud. Need some of the racing line.
That was just genuine. I don't know where I am.
Okay. Yeah, no, I had to get over a little bit.
Oh, you're toast now. Huh. Start turning, probably. Whoa! Oh!
Just saved that, man. You were in pixels. Like pixels, bro. I seen it too. I'm like, come on, get around the corner. Oh, what happened there? He left. He spun it out and left. I'll take a P4. Hell. GG's, chat. GG's. Oh, the audio went out again. 1 second. Ooh, we got it, chat. We got it. There we go.
Yeah, I work at 12.
Sorry, chat.
Oh, 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you send me it, Joe?
Why 12?
I work 12 to 10 Monday to Thursday.
12 to 10 p.m.?
Yep.
Isn't it a mechanic shop?
Yep, truck shop.
Who's bringing in a truck at 10 o'clock at night?
A lot of people get trucks worked on after like a day's work, right? 5 o'clock, they'll drop it off to get work done, and then they'll pick it up in the morning.
I see. Any Tesla trucks?
No.
What do you think about that?
New track before people keep on leaving. Say that again?
What do you think about the Tesla truck? The big one. The big
I don't
rig.
want to see it ever.
Why?
All that electrical. I didn't learn how to work on electrical stuff like that. I only learned how to work on fucking diesel engines.
Right.
I mean, I can fix some of the stuff on the truck, but there's a lot of automated stuff that we wouldn't be able to touch.
Been a busy boy, Joe.
Yeah, computers need to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, GG's. Turbs,
Did you
I
see
know,
this
right,
guy's
Anthony?
message? No, Massey, that was not right.
That's Professor, yeah.
That's when Max Verstappen stole a championship.
Yeah.
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 This year will be his first actual championship. I don't value his last one. I boycott it.
It was a great win.
No. He drove over top of Lewis and then was just like, yeah, I'm gonna walk off and have a cup of coffee now. I don't know, maybe I might have just killed somebody, but YOLO.
YOLO.
You're talking about the one where he drove over top of him?
At Monza.
Yeah, what
When
about
he
the one when Lewis went on the inside and went wide and took Verstappen and he went like 150 kilometers an hour into the wall and had to go to the hospital.
I guess Max should have yielded the corner.
He was ahead.
I don't know, man.
Lewis hit him on his rear tire with Lewis's front win.
You say so.
Yeah, I don't even really care, to be honest.
Me neither. I'm just sitting here snickering about the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I really don't even care. I'm just fucking around anyway. He won. Yeah, whatever happened, I don't know the rules. I don't know what was right or wrong. I just know Verstappen finally uncrowned Hamilton for a first and maybe a second year, but I think if Hamilton ends up having a good car next year, I think he'll be right back to the top.
They just need to put Latifi in a Mercedes and then he won't spin into the wall.
Yeah, that was a whole thing that went right towards that right here. They needed a miracle happen in that race, and whoever said execute order 66 made that shit happen.
Yeah, it's kind of what it seems like, anyway.
It's like, hey, Latifi, you can run with us next year if you bin it. Or not next year, but like, soon.
Soon.
Well, they gotta push Checo first, right? Like, they've done a lot of work to get Checo in the first place.
He's been really good for them as well.
He's got a lot of, like, sponsorship behind him. There's a lot of money involved around him. People that he knows, like, are into the, like, sponsor the sport and everything, so that's one of another reason why he's there. He's also a really good racer too.
You're on mediums.
I'm always on mediums, bruh.
Oh, what a shit time.
I can't even put one in because I keep getting a fucking track limit penalty.
I'm not even putting one in. I want to legit start coming out. And it's like, you know what sucks about the qualifying? They made it on the final long weekend of the summer.
Oh, GT Champions?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I would have rather them do? I've been thinking about it, in qualifying. I would rather they just did one hot lap. You go out on an out lap, and you get one fucking lap.
Yeah, but the point is to put the people in the proper division.
Yeah,
exactly.
They want to see consistency.
You can't do that because some fucking top tier alien driver can go out, push balls to the walls, fuck his lap up, and end up in Division 4. You can't do that. All your drivers will quit.
They already know pretty much who's gonna be. They've already reserved like 10 guys already for D1. There's like 5 spots between like.
Why don't they just do what you do then and make like a 20-minute qualifier, just start a timer, everyone sets their times? Wouldn't that just be the most effective thing to do? And then in the stream as well, like they could be flowing through all the different people that are doing their qualifiers.
Yeah, but then you got 60-something people trying to qualify.
Yeah, they have multiple rooms, don't they?
Well, he wants to stream it all, so it's gonna be there's gonna be just 2 rooms. They're gonna both be streaming all day long.
Well, and they got really good views last year when they did it, so that's why they want to do it this way again.
Well, because you have all the guys that are like getting ready to qualify, watching it all day.
I was streaming myself, so I wasn't watching it last season. I mean, they didn't let me go till like last.
I also kind of don't like the pit window thing they're doing. I think that takes away the whole strategy of the race. If everyone has to pit at the same time.
Literally puts it down to driver skill and only driver skill.
I know, but if it was only driver skill.
That's what they're doing both this weekend. That's what the whole series is about. It's not about strat or it's all about driver skill.
Yeah, that's why it's all
But isn't
close racing.
Isn't strategy part of driver skill?
Nope, they're talking about on the track driver skill. Can you save fuel, save tires? That's all they care about.
Can you maintain pace and win a championship?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's really all it's about.
I mean, there's undercutting and overcutting. That's all there is to do.
Yeah, but even that's only to a certain extent because you only have a 10-minute
Well, you get 10 minutes difference.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. You could do right at 10 minutes or right at the end, right? Like.
And those of us
There's
that
a
are
couple
smart
laps.
know not to take our softs until we absolutely have to, so.
Yeah, you like wait till like the last minute. Do you have to be out of the pit, or do you just have to be in the pit before it happens?
You have to be out. You have to be cross that line, that pit line.
Yeah, so you got to give yourself like 30, 40 seconds.
You have to
at least before
practice
you
it.
go in the pit.
You gotta know what your pace is and know exactly what your allowance is, yeah. I always practice the delta to see exactly how long it's gonna take that pit to go. And then fuck that corner up. Terminate. Just trying to get a pop out there. I couldn't do it with the jag. Jumping the Corvette. Let's go. Not a great time, but
What is everybody? There's only have 5 people?
well. And we're starting with 5 people then, because
You might have to make a new lobby so it appears at the top of the list again.
maybe.
If you want people.
Let's just go Soul 8 too, right? Everybody's in bed or just waking up at this point. Except for us West Coast guys. And us diehard racers.
And here we go.
Park that on that fucking Apex. Oh, wide.
Oh,
Sorry, Sparky.
no, you're good. Keep going.
No, I got fucking drink.
Oh, now they're hitting me from. Shit.
got dirty tires, man. Like, well, I don't know why you just wouldn't go by. I'm used to racing at the back, unlike you guys. It really doesn't bother me that much. I spend most of my time back here.
I see what you're doing.
So, chat, what do we figure? What do we figure?
Oh! Hold it!
Oh, no, it's me. Ah! Why'd it break there? I was fine.
It looked like you were straight.
I know, I was, and then it broke on that fucking curb. I love this track now too, though. I got so much practice on it. I know all. Just going through the chicane, you gotta have a little bit of foot on your brake and on the gas going through the chicane. I had Polar give me a fucking crash course on this course through there.
In the Nissan? Or you were in the Hyundai, right?
Yeah, he was in the Jag. No, he was in the Vet.
On this track?
Yeah. No, he wasn't. He was in the BMW.
The M6.
Yeah. It's super fast on this track.
Just got a half second.
I know I got a mid 43 in me though.
find out.
Yep, did. I had a shitty corner with just the cunt here too late. Didn't get the run I wanted.
Mr. Payme up in the house, dude.
But see, I'm pulling in the slipstream.
Oh!
Sorry.
Whoa.
I had to try to cut it or I wasn't gonna make that corner. Are you still driving cockpit?
Fuck no.
Oh, see, I still am.
You psycho.
Big dude's jumping into this chat all of a sudden. Alright, distinct her out of that truck. Distinct Blaze just jumped in as well.
Oh! Ah! Power! Ah, not enough.
No, that straight was like another 300 meters maybe.
Jeez, guys.
Looks like you got a few extra people.
Yeah, Distinct Blaze just jumped in here.
Payme.
Payme, Grey Fox. I don't know who the other two are. Express I've seen in the lobbies over GT7 since it's been released.
Wanna lie down, Chopper Rivers? Here you go. Nincompoop.
You gotta stay here though, because that's what those guys came in for.
Yeah, yeah.
I only got one more race than me anyway.
Yeah, I think I do
Wow.
too. I'm just
Agreed.
tired as shit. I'm just tired. I walked in the door and had to go on.
I had to watch the end of that. I was like, alright, I guess I'll go to his stream to see my incident, and then I seen it go on. I went and zoomed right to like the end of 53, and then I went over the line, and he's like, alright, well let's go on with the lap, badass. And I was like, no. No.
I'm sorry, buddy. It's just, you know.
Oh no, it's no worries at all, man. Oh yeah, no, it was the proper thing to do. Had I not binned it, it would have been a perfect run. I had Jake coming up on me. It would have been a wicked camera view. And you seen them coming in the corner, you're like, oh well, I gotta get off of this and see what's going on back there. We would have been like, I bet you coming up that straight with me, would have been like nose to tail.
Yeah, it would have been good. It was leading up to be a wicked finish, that's for sure.
It was, and then of course me and Jake fucking in sequence fucking win, like exactly the same.
That might end up in a highlight reel.
That's fine. It was a good one. Jake left. He was pretty upset, I think.
I think both of you clipped the sand with your back left tire.
Exact same spot, both of them. Yeah.
Yep. I ended up running out of fuel going over, just coming down the final straight.
It looked like LJ was going to give you a little push there too, but you had already passed the line.
I still had an extra lap, so I'm still not very good at fuel saving properly. Should be using more so that I run across the line with.
I'd rather have an extra lap than not enough.
Well, it's good to have like a half a lap to like 0.3. You go any lower than that, you're taking a risk like I do all the time. Today, I accidentally, if it wasn't for me overfilling, I thought I overfilled a little bit because I went to 13.4 laps and I burnt that up because I fuel saved so much in my fucking first stint. Because I was behind, I was perfectly content just behind Sparky that entire
Yeah, I could tell.
He was going perfect. He was keeping me up pace, and I was able to save tires and fuel, and it was gravy. I didn't even think to choose, I didn't even choose my tires until, after qualifying to go on softs. You seen, I went out on mediums, so I burnt.
I thought you were gonna go medium soft because I thought you thought I was crazy, and I'm like, I know this is gonna work.
Well, I did think you were crazy, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be crazy too. I was like, watch him pull it out. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just try to do it. I'm gonna stick with him the entire race, and that was my mission: to get on your ass, to stay with you.
Yeah, well, it worked.
It worked. Had I not binned it, man, it would have been fucking glorious.
And if you did the medium soft, you probably would have been sort of fighting with LJ and
Yep.
back most of the race for like 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
So
LJ was 30 seconds back. I don't know what happened to LJ. Oh yeah, he binned at first.
Him and Ghost might have got into each other a little bit or something there. I don't know.
No, they both just done the same thing as me and Jake. They both touched that outer fucking curb on that, or outer edge going around the first turn, and both wiped it.
Brutal. I just seen it in the background when I was watching you guys come around turn 1 and 2 there. I was just seeing a car go whizzing past, and I looked at the radar and I'm like, oh yeah, somebody missed a braking point. These other two guys, I was waiting for them to check in, but clearly they're not going to.
I was a bit worried that we were gonna get into a collision. You probably noticed that I was braking early for a lot of the corners to try and save the tires, but
And I was too. I was letting off. I was making sure that I was not going to run you. It was you done
that was
perfect.
the only way that it worked. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was doing fine. We were both saving tires. It was just, yeah, it was great.
No,
I was braking early, giving you all kinds of room to take the turn.
Yep.
Because I was saving fuel too. So. Alright, time to get out of that view. Blaze is in there.
Oops, sorry about us.
I don't know how hot to come into this corner. Gotta catch these guys.
You gotta stay with Blaze.
Well, get in front of me and then I'll push you.
Yeah, Blaze is like really quick.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to push you.
No, you don't have the grunt.
Whoa! What the? My B. 1000% my fault.
And Blaze got fucking taken out again for a fucking dude. Last time that happened too. And he left the lobby.
That was where I usually brake.
Yeah, well, I was braking to slow down because they were side by side. And I didn't want to die. But no big deal, man. It's all good, brother.
We died. We died!
Get up here.
Go, 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 go! I still don't know how to take this.
15 seconds.
We're gonna catch them.
Not, oh,
Ah!
my fuck's sake.
Well, this can't be the last one now.
This is all I can handle. I had enough spinning tonight.
I feel you on that one, my dude. Damn it, I was fucking having, I was keeping pace with Paymate here. Now he's gone.
not gonna pass you right now. So, no, you slowed down to wait for me, so I'm not gonna pass you while I gotta overspeed on you while you're waiting for me. Oh, hammer down now. So this one, you're breaking between the last two boards.
This one?
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of like going
yes,
early and just riding that apex.
You
No?
want to almost stay wide a little bit because you want a good exit on this, because you can get a really good launch coming up this straight.
This one I just
An
brake
uphill.
late, second,
You come
clip
down
the
to
inside
second?
curb. I do, yeah.
I stay in third to keep it stable. Same with here.
This
Third
one's
to keep it
second.
stable. I'll keep
Really?
it third, yeah, way more stable. And it's same with GR4 car, I was keeping it third. Just way more stable, keeps you way more consistent, and it's actually faster. Another bad exit. Not used to losing group 3.
Can't fucking believe I can still see distinct place.
Catch him.
I'm fucking trying, man. I am legitimately trying. Oh, it's Gray Fox. Never mind.
What are you doing?
That was a 43 dead. This is gonna be a 41, okay? Fucked up. Okay, wide exit. I will try. I feel so awk. I know, like.
Yeah, but you can't get on the power. If you try to hug the curb, you can't get on the power very early. With these cars, it just spins even in third.
Penalty.
Distinct Blades in the GTC League?
He was last season, but he can't this season. He's focused on World Series. He's not going to make the World Series. He just wants to focus on the race. Because that's what I asked him, if he was going to or not.
What do you mean he's not going to make the World Series?
Well, the World Series is already running, but he's competing and trying to get there.
He's not he's just aiming, he's just looking for the fun races. He just enjoys them. He's not looking to he doesn't think he's fast enough to get into the World Series like Twitchy and all them going away for it. He just gonna focus on just doing the manufacturer races and shit. Not too much focus. He has 2 kids and a wife, so he doesn't have that much time to do it.
Oops.
Because I actually DM'd him about GTC there like a couple weeks ago. Told me, well, can't see him. Oh man, that was a good turn.
Yeah, I think I need to go get rid of my B driver rating too, chat. What do you think? I think it's about time we go chase that A. Yow! Nice job, baby. GG's, guys. Good job, Anthony. Happy racing. Got to head out for a while. Yeah, good job, Anthony. Nice job, brother. I think we're gonna call it.
He's got a lot better. He's got a lot better to race with recently. Anthony did.
Who's Anthony?
He's Professor. He's one of the GDR guys. One of the GDR drivers. He's an OG here too. He's been following the page for a long time.
Yep. He always jumps in lobbies, man. Always.
I think about the same time Heathen started hanging out in the lobbies, actually.
Yep. Yep. Wasn't long. Fucking snatched Heathen up for Apex.
Yeah, we got a pretty great community here. That's for sure.
Absolutely. All them boys are awesome. Everyone's awesome. No animosity between really anybody.
No. Anything that is there, it's hashed out pretty much immediately.
Except for my animosity for you. For stealing my strategy.
You and Freak are like fucking... I don't even know. 2 opposites completely.
I don't do well with Nazis.
It's not a Nazi. He's good, man. He's fine. He's just...
Has Nazi tendencies?
No, it's not Nazi tendencies. You fuck off. He's not Nazi at all.
It's too strict for me. Fuck.
Yeah, and that's fine, man. That's completely fine.
You done now,
Yeah,
Ghost?
Yeah, I'm done now too, for sure.
Get that A+ boy.
Be
Got all day to work on it tomorrow.
No, I don't. I gotta do some stuff, you know? I'm super busy right now.
Don't we all wish we had the money to go real racing?
Are you getting
though?
prepared for
really?
school soon?
No.
Oh.
We start on, teachers go back on the 29th. We got like an extra week this summer because admins messed up the schedule. So we actually had a 9-week summer holiday. It was great. But
So what, did it start early or go late?
Both. It started
We're definitely saving
early,
the replay on that,
too
chat. We had a
early,
good battle
and
with K-May for a little
like
bit there.
4
We had a
days too
decent little
early.
battle with Distinct Blaze for
And
a
then
brief
they
little
didn't
moment
start
there.
us until the
Why don't you
29th.
put the video
Most
games
schools
down
start
and
on the
get a job?
22nd. Like teachers have to come back.
I have a
week
job.
early, but we don't.
This is
We
what
come
I do
back
in the
like
evenings, my
3 or 4
man.
days early, and then we have a long weekend that first week as well.
So there's no kids before the weekend, right?
No, kids
Okay,
come.
I was gonna say.
Kids come like the first week of September. I don't know.
So that works
Third or fourth,
8 to 10
whatever it
hours a
is.
day
Right
and
after
then
the
come
long
home and
weekend,
do
yep.
this.
It's usually
But-
how it goes.
It's like a joke at our school for the first like 2 weeks. Like teachers just fuck around and
Put on
Even though it's-
movies and
yeah,
try
even
to
though
get
it's
shit
supposed,
organized.
it's supposed to be the most productive part of the year because you're getting students back and you're supposed to do all kinds of diagnostic testing and blah blah blah. But none of them fucking do it.
Alright.
Anyway, I'm gonna go take a shower.
Yeah, I'm
because
not
I'm
exactly
sitting in
sure how to
my
put a video game
room here
down
with
if you
no
can't
AC for
physically
about
hold
2
the
hours
video
and I
game.
can
It's a
smell
digital
myself.
copy, you know? So
Okay.
that makes it a little tough.
So GG, and I'll do some testing and figure out a sufficient strategy for the next race later.
All right.
Okay, bye.
No
guys.
animosity then.
No, I was just kidding.
I know. Have a good night,
Okay,
Sparky.
bye.
Thanks for the races, bud.
All right, later.
Yeah.
I'm out too.
Yeah, I'm bouncing too. Gonna get a good
All right,
night's
buddy.
rest tonight and give her a good stream tomorrow.
Thanks for commentating tonight. You're awesome.
Good
Of
racing,
course,
man.
like always. Yeah, I had a pace, man.
It
I
was a
was
tough
on the
one
go,
for
man.
you, man. I know.
Very tough.
I was heartbroken the moment it happened.
Felt so bad. And I thought I thought I'd been Jake too until I seen the replay.
I wasn't sure either, and then I went back and looked at the live action replay, and it was like do 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 word
Yep.
word word word.
Yep. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was.
It was.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, and then of course,
Yeah, it is.
I've seen a spec out ahead of you, and it's like, oh yeah, a hard time getting back on too. It's like frick.
Oh yeah, it took me 25 seconds to get back on track.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That was rough. That was rough. Alright, dude. I'm gonna head off to bed.
All right, brother.
Alright, man. You have a good night.
Yeah, you too, my man.
Later.
Ciao, bro. Alright, chat. On that note, Badass and Sparky are out, so GG's to those two. GG's to Distinct Blaze. We always enjoy seeing Distinct Blaze come into the lobbies. We know he's a high caliber driver. You know, he rolls with the PX7 guys, he rolls with Crow Street Racing. You know, he rolls with some really high tier, high caliber racing sim racers here on Gran Turismo. So we definitely love seeing Blaze in the lobbies all the time. We love seeing, of course, the OGs in the lobbies, the followers, man. Anthony, you know, huge shout out to Anthony, and Badass and Sparky. Who else do we have in there? Gray Fox, we haven't seen in a while. Empress as well. Well, lots of familiar names. So we'll have more lobbies up this week. I gotta get grinding on the game. I gotta get my rhythm back. I gotta get my pace back. I got one. I got lots of jobs. But yeah, probably Thursday. Tomorrow might. We'll see. Depends on how work goes. If we get home early enough, we'll be doing an ACC hour-long enduro at Paul Ricard. Yeah. Charles coming in with the big wow reaction. We love that. Thanks for the entertainment. Hey, appreciate you, Anthony. We'll have that page up for you here soon too, brother. Chad coming in with the hearts as well. Miyoko coming in with the thumbs up as well. Man, I was not getting my alerts tonight. I do apologize if I missed an alert from you guys and gals out there. Paul with the heart. Scott coming in with the thumbs up. Chris coming in with the thumbs up. I definitely missed all those. Well, GG's pay, man. Looking good as always, my man. I try to keep up with you guys, man, but you guys are just quick. So yeah, streams all week, man. Saturday will be... We got a 90-minute race, actually, on Saturday for the GTRC2 this week, so that'll be fun. And then... Oh, we got rebroadcast tomorrow night. I knew there was something for tomorrow night. We're going to be doing the OFR race tomorrow night. We didn't live broadcast it Sunday because... they had a small field, so I decided to jump on track and just race with the guys, and then it turned out that a whole bunch of the community came together, and we ended up making a really good grid. So we raced it, and I saved it, and we're going to rebroadcast it tomorrow. So we'll do the OFR race from this past Sunday tomorrow night, and then we'll probably follow it up with a bunch of GT7 lobbies. That's most likely what's going to happen tomorrow. If I do get home early enough, we'll cram in an ACC race in front of it all too. So, yeah, lots of stuff planned for tomorrow. So, come back tomorrow, guys. We'll be on at a normal time, maybe a little bit earlier than usual, and we're going to try and get back into the rhythm here. I apologize to all you guys. We're back in the GT7 platform. I'm actually significantly losing interest in sport now that I got ACC in the programming. So 7 and ACC are kind of where the focus is for now, with an exception for sport until 7 sorts of crap out. We still have to deal with leagues on sport for a little bit here in certain aspects, but we got 1 week left to DMJ, and then I'm going to bring in a little mini series until the next season starts up, so stay tuned for that. It's just going to be a fun series. It's not going to be for anything but just being on track and having some fun. Yeah, that's really all I can say right now. Overlays are being worked on. All this stuff should be coming back soon, and then we can start putting new overlays and stuff in play as well. So, yeah, things are happening. We love it. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. I do appreciate it. It felt like a better stream tonight than lately. We're starting to kind of get back into our groove a little bit here. And, yeah. Feeling good. We're feeling good on track. Even when we make mistakes, we're still feeling good on track. So, that's the important thing. Again, huge shout out to Bipolar for that. I've been outsourcing a little bit of help from Bipolar. And just a little bit amount that he has given me already is just change my mindset while on track more than anything else. And changing the mindset on the racetrack is the first step to success. So I think we're on the right track there now. So we should be able to start to focus in on our upcoming World Cup Season 4 and see if we can go get that title that we lost last season. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan over the next few weeks anyway. Catch you later. Hey, appreciate you, Anthony, my dude. GG's to you as well, Payme. But yeah, open lobby tomorrow night, guys. So that's what we'll do. So from home early enough, we'll have ACC race. If I don't make it in time for the ACC race, is what it is. We'll jump on. We'll do OFR comms followed by a GT7 lobby. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Could be three things happening, but 2 for sure. And we'll just race the night away. And then Thursday, yeah, I don't know, we'll just take it day by day. We'll take it day by day. We gotta throw a little bit of Call of Duty in there because I gotta finish my battle pass. So we need at least 1 or 2 more Call of Duty streams before we get there. But I do appreciate you guys. And yeah, look for the lobby tomorrow night. Look for the lobby. Look for the lobby. And a little tip of advice: maybe go buy a Red Bull Junior car. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Love you guys. Stay winning. Thanks for the likes, the shares, the comments over on YouTube and Facebook, of course, both platforms. We love you out there, man. All the viewers, you're what makes this go around. And we got some pretty fun stuff coming up in the near future and the not so distant future. So, with that being said, get those racing shoes ready, get your racing gloves on, get those paint jobs ready because there's going to be a whole lot of racing over the next few months. Can't wait. And of course, commentary. We always got the comms for you guys. We're adding a new league to the mix this season. I'm really excited about this one too. This is a really good opportunity for me. And I'm really excited to be able to do some commentary for these guys and eventually race in their league as well. The time just doesn't work for my schedule right now, which is the main reason why I'm not racing in the league. But even me racing for this particular league isn't going to interfere commentating for this league either because I won't be in Division 1 and I've got a chance of becoming the first English broadcaster for a French league here in Canada for their Division 1 of 6th Division racing series. And I've seen some of these races. They're hard to watch in French. There's of course me not speaking French myself, but absolutely incredible racing. And yeah, I'm really thrilled to have an opportunity to have a crack at becoming the first English commentator. So That's a pretty exciting thing. So, you know, even though we've been away for a little while with the stream and quite inconsistent, we've haven't stopped thinking about it. We've been working our butt off for the page and for the future of the page, and there's lots coming. So it's all because of you guys, the community. You know, you guys reach out, you speak kind words all the time, you send me little messages. I see things from other people from around the communities and games that you guys are posting in your games and stuff, getting people to try and come to the page, and I really do appreciate all that support. It's absolutely legendary, and together we're going to grow a big community, and the bigger the better, because the bigger that this community is, the bigger change that we're going to make in the world, and that's just as simple as it is. So you know, we've already done we've put a big impact into charity work already, and community work, and helping people within our community, and then we want to continue with that. So bigger, better, bolder, faster, and together we're stronger. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Stay winning. Stay winning is the most important thing, because that's what we say here. I'm your boy GT45. Peace and love. We'll catch you all soon. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll come back to say, hey Scott, how you doing, my guy? We appreciate you coming in with that like and share. Scott is an absolute legend. Appreciate you, Scott. Love you. See you guys soon.